This time on Nude Clan.
What?
Fucking what?
Puff Puff Out, a Dragon Quest podcast.
Finally.
Yeah. It's time
Yes.
for Dragon Quest 11.
It's almost
It's
an
about
entire
time.
year after release.
Yeah.
Close.
Nearly so.
Big game.
Came out in what, September?
Yeah, on our anniversary.
Yeah.
Our 1 year anniversary
Year
for Puff Puff
anniversary.
Hour.
We nearly waited until our next anniversary.
The first
for
release
this.
that we
just-
did.
But we
the first
couldn't
episode.
hold it back any longer.
Ah, yes.
It was our first year anniversary.
Yeah, we wanted to delay this another 6 months, guys, from holding it out from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least 3. Till
at least.
September.
Yes. So, yes, obviously today is the review of Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of An Elusive Age. A subtitle I really don't like that much.
Well, that's because you didn't finish the whole game, Jake.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
stopped
Okay. So
because Greg
speaking.
wanted to
Okay.
stop.
So
Okay.
speaking of this, so we're only going to be reviewing the game. All right. We're not going to be reviewing the extra parts after the game. All right. And some people may question what the whole game is. Well, let me tell you what the whole game is. The whole game ends when you beat the Lord of Shadows. All right. That's where it ends. The game literally brings up credits, and then it says, "The end." You
That's
can't.
true.
You can't say.
Same ending
I'm not
theme.
disagreeing.
You can't say that it's just like that's not where the game ends, because it literally says the end. That is the ending.
Yeah.
There's no further. That stuff can be reviewed later in a second episode, but for now we're capturing
Probably
the
just
game.
by me and Dylan.
We want to make it really concise.
Yes.
That's the
Concise.
reason.
Yeah.
Not because
sure
we
it is.
didn't have time.
Because Lord knows we had more than enough time.
Did we?
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
it done.
I know. It's just the restart that happens
Yeah, basically.
basically kind of curbed Craig into not wanting to continue. And I kind of like questioned the fact, okay, do I do this? Do I do that? And I just chose to continue playing other games. But I
Well-
will immediately follow it up now.
If you guys want incentive to play it, it is totally worth the time and the
Oh, yeah.
investment.
It's just the time.
Yeah, the payoff it's worth it.
Yeah, so if you want to blame somebody, you can blame Craig.
Fuck you. I want to play the after credit stuff too, but it's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, I understand, because you got to get all those levels back, and it's
Dude,
a
it's
weird
disgusting.
setup. I really,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like
not
it.
that bad.
If we had to review the game as a whole with that in it, the game would take a negative impact from me for that. Because that's
Not
bullshit.
for me.
Dude, my characters were over level 30
Yeah.
when I was at that point in the game. And then you go back in time, and then it's like, hey, all these characters are level 30 now. It's like, but I was at least 10 levels above that, so fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your
Game
hero
angered me.
character keeps the level, so it's not
It's
that
true.
bad.
Right.
But when
I
your
was-
when your hero is like level 70 and every other character is like level 30, it's like,
You
okay.
gotta drag them up to your level. And it goes a
Yeah,
lot
I was
faster.
doing a lot of side quests, so I have no idea. I was at a very high level at the end of the game, so it's quite discouraging. But like, so I was contemplating. I did a lot of the side stuff after the credits because it was a hell of a lot easier to tackle it now, as opposed to continuing the story, going back to level 30 and not being able to access and do those kind of things. in
Yeah.
15 more hours again. So I just kept doing side stuff until I just chose to put the game down and start playing something else.
Right.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right.
Might as well, if you're not gonna beat the game all the way.
I know, we are a Dragon Quest podcast.
I'm
We
just
should
kidding.
I mean, we
review
don't
all the
even
stuff.
know if we beat the game all the way because we still got that Dragon Quest 11S that's coming to Switch that may add more shit.
It
It
does.
does.
So it's like, okay, well, we didn't even beat the truest version of the game. There's gonna be
All
more
of it's
bullshit.
just side content.
There's gonna be
though.
after credits after the credits.
And
Oh, you mean
DLC.
like any fucking Marvel movie I've seen now? Good lord.
There's gonna be like 20 after credits scenes.
Yeah, I saw the new Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
in theaters.
No.
And it's like credits, after scene, a little bit more credits, another after scene, and then another after scene. I'm like, what in the fucking hell? I know you guys are trying to set up this universe, but this does not make the movie good. It's
it gets hype going.
after the first one. I'm like, all right, I'm walking back.
It works for some people,
stand and
not for me, because I don't care about Marvel that much.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool when they set up other stuff, but then it's like,
Yeah.
So I believe the S content obviously will have just side stuff. Like I wanted to
mostly side
pirate,
stuff?
Yeah, it seems to be that way. I wanted to pirate the 3DS version, or at least buy it and get it sent over here for the extra content, because it's supposed to be a whole bunch of side missions.
Yeah.
Which are callbacks to almost each. Like each of them is a town and a dungeon from each Dragon Quest. It looks like from 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9.
7's going to take like an eternity, and it's just like really repetitive.
Yeah, another
okay.
extra 30 hours of content there.
Yeah.
Well,
A whole bunch of unnecessary dialogue.
it's more Dragon Quest, so.
It's true.
people
I
like
am totally going to buy it for Switch,
Yeah.
and I'm going to play it again, yeah.
I'll probably gamefly it. I got money for that.
I mean,
So for me,
just the sheer amount of extra content it's going to have, and then the ability to play it in that 3DS style,
the 2D
it's worth.
top-down.
It's going to be worth buying it again.
Yeah.
Plus,
It'll
the game is
definitely be
fucking
worth it.
fantastic and one of the greatest RPGs of all time. So, yeah.
And they haven't even
It's in the
finished
top
the
25.
entirety of the game, and they're saying that. So they're in for a real treat.
it's a great
I
game.
mean, we did finish the entirety of the game. We just didn't do the after credit scene.
Scene pertaining of 30 hours.
It's more than one.
Yeah.
There's more than one after credit scene.
It's a bunch of them.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't actually own a Switch, so I might just like buy a copy and then borrow someone else's Switch for it. It's definitely going to be worth it, but
Don't
I
have a
wish they
Switch.
do a...
How are you going to play
The other
Smash
thing
Bros,
was-
Jake?
I don't play Smash Bros. I rarely play fighting games.
Man.
Period. So
Should we get into that then, since we're on the topic?
in a moment,
With-
but I hope Square Enix does what they kind of did with World of FF later on. The second that the Switch version came out of World of FF, it had all that extra content to it.
The
they
Maxima
added-
upgrade or
the
whatever?
Maxima stuff that you could go buy on PS4 and Xbox One, I believe, to add all the stuff that was on the Switch to the original console releases. And that should work for like the Steam PC version and PS4. That's what I'm hoping for, is just to buy an extra DLC pack on PS4 with that extra content.
That would be
But
cool.
That'd be
if
nice.
Nintendo wants to be smart about this, they would lock that up with the Switch exclusively.
Nintendo
That'd be a
do
smart
that?
business decision. But I hope that isn't the case, because I've been looking around on Twitter and all of our feeds and stuff. I saw some people with discs of 11S version on PS4 over in Japan. So
Well,
that's being very
oh.
rumored about. So I don't know.
Well,
We'll
I mean,
see.
they did release 15 again with Royal Edition, but you could buy the Royal Edition upgrade anyway. So it's,
Right,
it's
yeah.
probably that kind of situation.
Yeah, that could be the case. You just never know. But hopefully we get more announcements here soon about that. And I'm pretty sure there might be an announcement of... I'm thinking there's going to be Eric monsters. I think Eric is going to be in the next Monsters game.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm thinking.
I didn't
Because
think
there
he was
seems
that
to be some
popular.
announcement for Eric coming soon in like a week from now, from the time of this recording. And so that might be the case. And yes, of course, we'll finally get into it.
Bringing out the worst character.
Erdrick is confirmed. We're way late to this. For Smash Brothers.
Well, Dragon Quest Hero is confirmed.
yes,
'cause
it's
it's not
all
just-
Luminary.
Yeah.
Erdrick, all of it. All like getting 10 versions of him you could change into. That
It is
fan-
pretty sweet.
was a
I
great
didn't
trailer.
expect it. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased that they got multiple versions of the hero available as the characters.
Well, it really pleases everybody in the community in that case, too.
Yeah,
'Cause there was a lot of debate over who should be in it.
and that's honestly the best way to handle it. Like, is to just make it a different costume.
Yeah, let the player choose. I didn't notice the stage, though, that they picked.
It was, I think it was the one where you where the whale comes out, where that reveal spot. I think that's where it was.
Oh, that's cool.
With the
In
tree
11.
in the background floating
Okay.
out. Yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
it was.
That's a good choice, I think.
Oh, the vehicle to
Yeah.
11. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. That was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is out now. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy that one on Switch too.
Yeah, those reviews for 86.
That's pretty high. What was Builders? Was that like 72 or something like that?
5 or 76.
It was, yeah, I remember it was in the 70s. Yeah,
It's a lot higher. Than
I
that.
did see some stuff for Dragon Quest Builders 2 where it had levels now, which is
Really?
cool.
Yeah.
So you can go out and grind.
We'll have to re-listen to that episode and see like what they've actually followed that we suggested, if anything.
We'll do a follow-up to our follow-up.
Yeah. Why not?
But
More
yeah,
content.
go. If you guys haven't seen that trailer, man, it is overly enthusiastic. It is insane, that trailer. The announcer
for
they have
Builders
for it.
2?
Be like, Dragon Quest Builders 2. It was getting
Well, I mean,
insane.
you should look at the fucking season pass, dude. There's an entire thing of the season pass that's dedicated to fishing mini games.
Why?
I don't know, but you get like an entire extra island and like 40 extra fish to like go fishing on.
What's with Square
Enix
Enix?
in there
Yeah.
fucking fishing.
I don't
That's
know.
what I was gonna say.
I
yeah.
saw it and I was like, man, that's like Schweiss's wet dream right there. It's like fucking
Hey,
fishing minigame
Dragon
island.
Quest monsters
There
of
we
the
go.
blocks.
Yeah,
Maybe we can have him as a guest for that.
Oh,
for
good lord.
Builders 2.
Fishing minigame. Good lord.
Yeah, I don't know if you could get a good sense of the series from Builders 2.
No,
He was
I wonder what
supposed to be
plot
on
they're going to
this
follow for
episode.
this one, though. That's the thing
Yeah.
I'm curious about, because the game was following sort of an opposite plot line of 1 for the first
Right.
Builders game. So I'm wondering if this one's going to do 2.
Yeah,
Well, it's
it does
got
too.
Malroth, so-
It's Malroth.
Yeah,
It's Malroth,
Yeah.
with the obvious twist, it seems
Yeah.
like.
so it's going to be way better than Dragon Quest 2, is what
Well,
you're saying.
yeah,
It's showing Malroth in your party. And then
as a human character.
Yeah.
But, like,
okay.
We know what happens in Dragon Quest 2, so
and the children.
he's obviously going to turn bad. I could be wrong, though.
Never know. You're not the hero in Dragon Quest Dragon Quest Builders 1, so
Yeah, you're the superior guy to take over after the hero failed.
I guess so.
Becomes a
You
boss.
can't level up. You can't do shit.
Can't
but
build
you could totally defeat the Dragon Lord with a wave of cannons.
Oh, you just bash him with the Bashmobile.
Dude, I used an entire fleet of
Dash
cannons.
through the Drakes and smash in the back of my
Hey, you owe that.
Bashmobile.
You got to make that.
Yes, I do.
That tier got met on our Patreon, so
Shut up.
now it's out
I know.
there.
All right, so obviously we're going to get into the full review here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age was released in Japan for Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation 4 in July 2017, and worldwide for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows in September 2018. Okay, the director was Takashi Uchikawa. Yeah, I pronounced that.
Uchikawa.
Uchikawa. Because it seems like Hori just wants to write the outlines, and they're going to be going with a new director each time now. Just maybe give the series a little bit more of a fresh look at it. And it wasn't just Akira Toriyama that did some of the artist work. It was Ichiro Nakasuya. And I think he's probably going to be the one responsible for translating more of Toriyama's artwork into the
Yeah, I'm sure they're
Unreal
going
Engine.
to still have him do designs for like major characters and stuff, and then the other guy will do the rest
Right.
in that style.
Yeah, I'm thinking like he might be the one. We'd like to know if you guys know any further information about this, but he'd be the one rendering the animation and.
Well, he's probably
updating it
doing
to
designs of his own, just in the style of Toriyama.
It could be that, but whatever Unreal Engine 4, because it's kind of you can't really like draw a lot of things in 3D per se.
Yeah.
So he may be the one that kind of like translate it,
Brings
and
it
do
to
kind of his
life.
own interpretation into it. So the plot is, mind you, this is a quick write up from the Wikipedia page, guys. So I didn't have enough time to write out my own this time. So you could follow the Wikipedia page as we're, the game is set in the world of Erdrea.
Or
and begins
Lodo something if you're playing in the Japanese version.
Oh,
Lodo
yes.
something.
As the kingdom of Dun.
I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like,
The land of Lodo something.
yeah.
The kingdom of Dundrasil is invaded and destroyed by an army of monsters. The protagonist, an infant during the attack, is among those who attempt to escape, but becomes separated and ends up floating down a river and is found by an old man known as Chalky in the village of Cobblestone. Being adopted by his daughter, Amber, and protagonist is then raised in the village. As a teenager, he eventually participates in a coming-of-age tradition. An arranged marriage. No, by climbing the mountain Cobblestone tour with his childhood friend, Gemma, which completely disappears as
Basically.
during
comes
the
back
trek.
later.
Yeah.
After the credits.
After the credits.
Yeah.
She's an extra scene.
Oh, hey! Do you remember me? Not really.
Eh.
They are attacked by monsters, and while fighting to protect Gemma, a mark on his hand glows, allowing him to summon lightning to defend themselves. Upon returning, Amber reveals the truth to him about his birth and adoption, and sends him to meet King Carnelian of Heliodor. However, upon meeting him and his royal knights, Sir Hendrik and Sir Jasper, the protagonist is thrown into the kingdom's dungeon under the accusation that he is a dark spot. It's Sin Spawn.
Yeah, the Darkspawn, an evil being predicted to destroy the world. And once imprisoned, he meets a thief
Lies.
called Eric, who recognizes the mark on his hand, calling him the Luminary, a legendary hero chosen by the World Tree Yggdrasil to save Erdrea from evil, and says that he was fated to meet up with him. The pair then escape by using the tunnel Eric dug and evade capture from Hendrik and Jasper. And then they go to a town called Hodo. The pair then meet two mages who come
Wait.
from a city of Arborea.
Hodo or Hato?
I think it's Hodo, but I said Hodo.
I thought it was a pun name.
It is. It's totally Hodo because that's where the hot springs are.
Yeah.
They meet the two sister mages, Veronica and Serena. And a curse fell upon Veronica to make her in a child's body. And then the two immediately recognize him as the Luminary and swear their allegiance to him, as is their sworn duty. And then they go on a quest to reach Yggdrasil so that the Luminary can understand more about what he's supposed to do. And then on the way, they gain three other companions of Sylvando, Rab, the former king of Dundrasil, and the protagonist's grandfather, and then Jade, the exiled princess of Heliodor, who helped the infinite protagonist escape during the attack of Dundrasil. Which that's kind of a bit of a spoiler because that when that happens, it's kind of a big emotional thing and a huge reveal about Rab and Jade.
So skip this part if you don't want it spoiled.
Yeah, I know that you already know.
Yeah. That's how they work, right?
Yeah.
After
I
the
mean,
fact
it's been a year, though. Everybody who's going to be listening to this has totally played 11.
Yeah, you're right.
Except for, Joe.
Well, now's his chance.
Yeah, now's his chance. Joe,
We'll give him a heads up.
play Dragon Quest 11. It's an easy game. You'll fucking love it. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, so the party eventually arrives at the heart of Yggdrasil, which contains the Sword of Light, the Luminary's destined weapon. However, just as the Luminary is about to grab it, he and the party are intercepted by Jasper, Carnelian, and Hendrik, and it is then revealed that Carnelian was possessed the entire time by an evil being known as Mordegon, otherwise known as the Lord of Shadows, and that Jasper has been his agent the entire time.
Was that a surprise to any of you?
No, he totally gave off bad guy vibes
He
the
did.
entire time.
Yeah.
Bosception, which is a staple.
Unfortunately,
it wasn't
I had,
really bossception.
I saw a
that one.
spoiler on Twitter while I was playing through. Spoiled Hendrik.
Oh,
as
yeah.
a
I knew about
playable
Hendrik
character.
the whole time.
I was like, come on.
Because I had all the characters already, or at least I thought I did,
Yeah.
and I knew there was going to be one more.
Yeah.
And then it gave me and then that free DLC of the axe came out,
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, okay,
Someone's
well,
got to wield this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure Hendrik is going to join us at some point because he's
Yep.
not really a bad guy, and he doesn't give off the bad guy vibe.
No.
So
I was okay with it. I just was unhappy with the spoiler.
So yeah, then the two subdue Hendrik and the Luminaries party, with Mordegon taking and corrupting the Sword of Light, absorbing the heart of Yggdrasil for himself, becoming more powerful, destroying the tree, and plunging the world into an age of darkness.
Now this part, oh my god. I didn't expect the other part to happen though. Like
This-
I knew the
This is fucking only halfway, too. This is like everything
Yep.
goes downhill. The hero no longer has the Sword of Light. He doesn't have the power. Like, his luminary powers have been kind of sealed away a little bit
Yep.
because the Yggdrasil has fallen. And everybody you know is fucking separated and gone. And it's a fucking great part.
And then
Yeah.
they had the big moment that you find out why the party was saved.
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
We'll talk about that as soon as we get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So separated from his companions, the Luminary is revealed to have been rescued by mermaids from the underwater kingdom of Nautica, where he learns that since the fall of Yggdrasil, Mordegon has sent his forces to terrorize Erdrea. Upon leaving Nautica, the Luminary returns to Cobblestone, now into a fortified refuge of Heliodor. Citizens led by Carnelian and Hendrik, who apologize to the Luminary for all the troubles they caused him, because Carnelian is no longer possessed by the Lord of Darkness. And then Hendrik joins forces with the Luminary, and together they reclaim Heliodor from Mordegon's forces, which brings back the sun. And on their journey to save the other parts of the world, they reunite with the rest of their party, except for Veronica,
Dun dun dun.
where the party discovered that she had died while saving the rest of the party at the fall of Yggdrasil.
yeah.
Yep.
Just-
At Arborea, the party learns about a huge flying whale called Ketika, using that they travel to an ancient floating island known as Heavens Above, where they discover the means to forge a new Sword of Light. After forging it, the party eventually goes to the Fortress of Fear to defeat Mordegon's flying fortress. Then they defeat Jasper, who is turned into a demon, and Mordegon himself, and it restores the Yggdrasil and the world. And after a few days after their party, the party gathers at Arborea to celebrate and pay their respects to Veronica. And that is the story,
The end.
and that's where it ends.
simple but executed almost flawlessly, in my opinion.
It's fantastic.
It was really solid all the way through. Did you guys struggle on that last boss fight?
I
No.
think I had to fight Jasper twice, and then Lord of Shadows, I think I had to beat him like 3 times.
First time for Jasper and Lord of Shadows, but that's because I had done so much side stuff and going to
Yeah.
the Slime Island.
Oh,
got
yeah.
so many levels early on that I just pushed through
The-
like it was nothing. I didn't even. We can get into this. Is the fun size forge? I didn't even use the fun size forge till almost the end.
Oh, I used that every
Jeez,
chance
dude.
I could.
Yeah, so did I. As soon as I got the falchion blade, dude, I upgraded that shit immediately. That weapon became used pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, I used that one too with dual
Especially
wield.
when you get that second one.
Dual wield with that.
Dual-
4 attacks.
Dude,
It's so cheap.
it's so broken. And especially when you start using abilities with them too, and they start pulling off more of them. It's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, Dragon Quest XI is probably the easiest in the series, in my opinion.
From what you
why
guys
they-
have played, yes.
I know.
It
you know,
ramps
like
up
the whole
a lot.
Ending, you're supposed to be at
Yeah.
least high 90s, if not 99.
I was max level,
Yeah.
and I struggled. But I won't spoil why.
So, it's...
Yeah, I don't know. What was the hardest boss fight for you guys before we talk about the story? Real quick.
I think probably the last one.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
last one was definitely the hardest for me, but I did struggle at the painting chick, but only because I forgot that I could move around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what is her name again? It's a pun.
It was the puppet painting chick.
Right.
I can't
There's a
remember what
tons
her
of
name
puns
is.
that we're forgetting about.
Yeah, when
It's
I
been
got to
too
the boss,
long,
I was
but-
like, I wonder if the guys got that joke.
I kept standing in her fucking one attack, and I was like, oh yeah, I can move my guys.
But it has very, very little effect. Maybe it might increase things from like going from 10 damage to 11 damage, but moving around doesn't change shit in the battle. It doesn't.
It makes it so you can dodge some attacks, especially with the painting chick. Like there's a spot where she attacks specifically, and if you are out of that area, you don't get hit by it at all.
Huh.
I don't
Okay,
think I
that's
ever
the
realized that.
One boss fight.
She has that
can be
one
applied
laser
to.
beams attack that she uses, and you can dodge that completely.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's the one that hits your entire party for like 50 damage or so.
Her name was Dora in Gray.
Yeah,
Dorian Gray.
yeah,
Yeah.
that made me laugh.
Yeah, me too.
Phenomenal was the name of one of the
Phenomenon.
towns. Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Stuff like that. The puns were A1 in this one. Just can't remember them right now. It's been too long since I played. How about you guys?
There's some pretty great puns.
I think I finished in April,
Yeah.
so it's been a while.
It's
3
been a
months.
while for me too. Yeah.
But they are great. It's very punny. I remember laughing a bunch when I was playing the game,
Yep.
and along with all the
The dialogue
Sylvana
was
stuff.
great in
Yes.
this one.
The dialogue is so good in this
Except
one.
for Eric. That's right. I'm
Eric
getting a lot of hate
doesn't-
for this.
Yeah.
Eric is bland.
Okay, yeah.
The accent isn't bad. It's just
Eric,
weird.
well, his voice actor did bother me a little
Is
bit.
he from
but
Brooklyn,
It was
or-
mostly,
Boston.
Boston.
it was mostly like he didn't have a lot of substance. Like all the other characters were like full
No.
of life, and they had definite personality. Eric
Yep.
though was like,
He just loses his memory. Like, that's his arc.
well, yeah, you get that specific arc, but even when you like first meet him, like, and he, you got to help him out and do that stuff and
Yeah.
talk to his friend and all that stuff. He just
It's
doesn't.
weak.
His entire, if I feel like his entire everything you do with him is based on the people around him,
That's true.
like his friend and then his sister. Like it's never about himself; it's always about someone else.
Yeah. Oh, that was a boss fight I struggled on.
His sister? Oh yeah, when she turns you to gold.
Yeah. It's a brutal
Yeah,
fight.
that one was pretty brutal.
But yeah,
I don't
I
remember
agree
having
with you.
troubles, but that was to deal with the.
You don't
leveling.
remember the
So-
dude who turns you to gold?
I remember. I'm saying it just wasn't difficult because of how much high in levels I was. I was just slaughtering.
I mean, it
most
wasn't too
bosses.
bad, but like having two of your guys get turned into gold was a huge pain in the dick.
Yeah.
Because it's
Might have
basically
just
like
been the two I
Well, she
didn't
buffs too, and she just
Yeah.
starts destroying you. I guess it depends on who's in your party too.
need. Yeah, because Eric is weak. So
who did you
I knew
guys use in
liked
your
him.
party?
Mostly to begin out with, it was always Rab, Veronica, and Serena. And then I eventually switched out, like, obviously after what happened to Veronica, I switched over to Jade, but I still kept, like, Rab and Serena in the party for the most part.
I think my final party was Hero,
Yeah.
Serena, Jade, and Hendrik.
Hendrik, huh?
Hendrick
He
is a
went more.
beast defensively.
Dude,
He is.
He's a
It's just-
beast
I like
defensive,
so
and he
much
has a
buffs
huge
and-
amount of damage.
Yeah,
Him and
he can
Jade,
heal you too. So
him and Jade were like the huge damage dealers, and
Yeah.
I would
Nice.
like off heal with Hero and Serena.
Right. I just liked all my buffs for other things, so that's why I kept Rab in there, because
yeah,
Rab was...
and then I
Serena
switched,
was the healer, and Rab was the freaking buffer, man. He was...
I switched
some of the
halfway
spells.
to the big swords with Hero too, and he started doing
Oh,
I
yeah.
did that from the
fuckload of
start.
damage.
I did that from the start.
yeah. I used Hendrick, Jade, Eric. Surprisingly,
Well, yeah,
'Cause
you were talking about his
he's
high
got
damage output.
such good abilities. Like he critically strikes people. I don't
Oh, yeah.
remember what they're called. But
Eric with the falchion blades and the critical upping on
Yeah.
his stat board.
it's got dual
It's
wielding.
disgusting, dude. He does so much damage.
Yep.
I know, it's just he's so weak
And
defensively.
then the luminary.
He'll just
Yeah, he is.
get killed the next turn.
So Hendrick was my
So
healer.
It'd be good for like a death blow attack. Be like, oh, I got one last chance here. He's my last person to go with. Let's run all the buffs and then kill somebody for like
Well, that's how you
1,000
kill
damage
the
output.
the metal slimes on that island. Use
Right.
Eric.
There's tons of methods to go about that.
Well, that's what I
Because
did anyway.
well, yeah. Because he's got the metal slash ability, which will almost automatically.
That's
hit.
not even his best one.
Right. But he'll almost always hit a slime with that. May not be a crit.
He's got
hit,
one
but
that's-
he'll at least do one or two.
He's got one
damage.
that's a crit every time.
Yeah.
That's his best one, I think.
Oh yeah, there's that one that Jade does. It's crits every time. It's like the thunder drop or whatever.
Oh, it doesn't always hit though. His always hits.
Oh, she always hit for me. She
Oh,
only
really?
missed like 5 times the
Jeez.
entire time I used that move. I got so good RNG with that move.
Gosh. Yeah, I use Jade because she multi-hits everybody with her kicks.
Yeah.
So she was broken too.
Jade in there.
Yeah, I love that about switching to the big sword with the luminary where he does the helio chopper or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then it fucking like hits the entire section.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
very satisfying combat as far as gameplay
It
goes.
is.
There's
Yeah.
a bunch of cool, epic animations to go with each of the skills and abilities.
All right, so let's talk about the story real quick. So, what did you guys think?
Overall, I think it was the best story out of any Dragon Quest I played.
Yeah, I agree. It 100% is so good. Like all the arcs with all the characters. Like after the world is destroyed, basically, and you like go have to find your party again, and they go through all this like emotional shit.
Yep.
Like you get back Sylvando, and he's trying to like bring smiles to
Yeah.
everybody.
He's the first one you get
and
back.
then you go to like his to meet his father, and then he has that kind of like emotional thing where his
Yeah.
father like accepts what he wants to do, and he's like,
Exactly.
"Hey, you didn't do what you promised me you were gonna.
Yeah, that was
so you
cool.
gotta go do this.
Yeah. That part was awesome.
Yeah, and then,
I don't get the hate for Sylvando.
I don't know.
He's
I think it's
he's a
because
freaky
he's
guy,
like,
but he's cool.
I think it's because like he's one of those really kind of femmy type
Flamboyant.
gays, like the
Flamboyant.
flamboyant gays. Yeah. And he's totally gay. There's
He's
there's
totally
no
gay,
getting around
yeah.
it. Like, if somebody tried to tell me he was straight, I'd be like,
I'm in it for the puss.
no problem. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did have that line, didn't he?
Not quite that line, but yeah, it was kind of like brushing it off, the fact of answering the question.
well, he like fucking hits on like everybody in your party.
Yeah.
Well, every dude anyway.
Maybe he's bi then.
He like hits on Hendrick. He hits on the Luminary.
Oh yeah,
he hits
Hendrick
on
wasn't
Eric.
having that shit.
Yeah.
He hits on the prince of the that one of Gallipolis.
Yeah.
Oh lord, yeah,
That was a good arc too.
Yeah.
That guy really redeemed himself. Unlike the guy from 8, the little kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
that fat fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was like the same kind of idea, but they actually
it was.
he redeemed himself. He
Yeah.
got courage, and then he helps you out a ton later on.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's helpful.
There's a lot of good stuff in that. And then with the, oh man, who do you get next? Is it Rab?
Sylvando. Yeah, Rab.
And then you go find Rab, and like he's trying to learn like the ultimate technique, so he can
Oh.
try to defeat the
Yeah,
Lord of
that part was
Shadows
hard
by
too.
himself.
Until you
Where you have
figure
to like
out.
fight him.
Yeah, there's a way to cheese it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you do though. Oh yeah, you make him run out of MP, yeah. And then he can't use his clone stuff.
Right.
Then he's just easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he killed me like 4 times, and I had to see that cutscene over and over. It's a long cutscene too.
Can't you skip it?
It was. Yeah, no, you can't skip that one.
Of course, it's the one that you want to skip.
Yeah.
For me, it's hard. It's between 5 and 11. And the reason why that is because 11 does so many things great across the board, except for the hero.
That's
The hero's good, he's just not great. And that's where 5 is absolutely flawless, is because of that. So do I pick the absolute greatest?
The thing with 5,
arc.
though, is like 5 is more of an interactive hero.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas all the rest of the Dragon Quest games are more of a passive thing.
Yeah, they're background fodder.
Like they're a background character, and it's the one great failing of the Dragon Quest games is that you make a character, you have a specific design for him, but you're supposed to thrust yourself onto that character.
It's like the Zelda concept too.
Yeah,
Like you're supposed to be Link for the most part.
I mean,
you're the hero.
And Link not speaking is okay because like everybody does the talking. It's not like he's having
Well, the Luminary
conversations.
doesn't either until you go to the flashback.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he can talk.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, what you voiced that line, but you couldn't fucking like
so what
voice
happened?
the whole
How'd you
time.
become a mute?
Exactly.
That's this main thing here in the plot we need to figure
That's
out.
DLC.
Yeah. Good lord.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
if they came up with a thing and was like, "Oh yeah, so the main character is a mute," then I'd be like, "All right, you know what? I'm okay with that."
Representation.
Yeah.
Everybody feels good about
I
that.
mean, you got Chrono.
So
He's a deaf kid, so I mean,
good lord.
and you got Kenshi in Mortal Kombat. He's blind.
Kenshi's awesome.
Fucking
Yeah,
badass.
Kenshi's
Love
fucking
Kenshi.
awesome.
You play through
So-
10?
Huh?
You play through 10?
Yeah.
Sad what they do to him.
Yeah. They fucked that guy
Not
over.
everybody-
They did.
Hey, man, they fucked up Cabal in 10 too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Small sidetrack.
Anyway,
It's important though.
and it's because of how much 5 does with just the one character arc that makes it great, but I think I might side with 11 because the entire cast of characters is all but flawless except for freaking Eric.
Eric is okay,
So,
but he's
You got
definitely
so
the
many
weakest
good
out of a great
lines
cast.
with Serena almost being kind of like background for a second till the shit happens with Veronica, and then she
Oh,
comes
yeah.
into her own.
You
Yeah.
get her skills too.
You figure out who exactly Rab is. Hendrik, not so much.
Yeah, Serena
But-
gets
Hendrik is
Veronica
okay.
skills.
Hendrik, I can forgive because you didn't have him for like the first half. Like when you get him back, he's like, "Hey, sorry, I fucked up because like I was just trying to obey my king," kind of a thing.
Right. Jade's arc is fantastic, so they do such a good job with the cast of characters that I'll put 11 above 5, but it's really fucking close. It really is. 5 is flat out fantastic.
Okay,
story.
let's see. Who do you get after Rab? Is it Jade? No, you get. Is it Serena first?
There's a casino
Or is it-
part.
Next scene is
That's
not
Jade,
for
but I don't know
later.
if that comes before anybody else's.
You get
Eric was one of the last
Well,
ones.
the
I got.
casino part is where you get Jade.
Yeah.
So is it Jade next?
No.
no.
Let's see. You have Luminary, Hendrik, Sylvando, and Rab.
What do you mean permanently? Because
Yeah,
you
Jade
do
would be
it.
next.
Jade is next.
She's
okay,
the first
yeah.
girl that you get.
So yeah, you go through the casino for her, and then you get
The false casino.
the false casino.
Damn it.
Did you waste stuff on that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
so you
obvious.
go in
Yeah.
there, and then you get Jade back, and then she has a whole thing of like being, I don't want to say a sex slave, but it's kind of what it felt like to
Yeah.
this creepy monster dude.
12 years of sex slave.
I don't think it was that long. It was probably only like a couple months.
I'm sure it says it somewhere.
Yeah, anyway, and then, well, it was long enough for them to build a fucking fortress out of cobblestone, so
exactly.
it's got to be at least a few months. And then, she kind of like overcomes like the she has like the mind control thing. She fights that back, and then you fight the real bad guy. And then she gets the ability to turn into a half monster.
Yeah.
Which is
reminds
weird.
me of like a vampire. I don't know.
It was
why.
like a succubus kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she like accepts her sexuality, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
you
it's kinda
unlock
like
her
forced upon
skill
her.
tree for that stuff too.
Yeah. It was
She
interesting.
embraces it.
Puff, puff.
I know some people really didn't like that, but I was okay with it. I mean, they do that in like every game, so.
Yeah, but it seemed to
Oh,
be
did you like
forced.
that one quest where you had to go gather the stuff for the bunny suit for the old man?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Okay, what a fucking pervert.
Yeah.
There's
awesome,
another
though.
one where you have to get like stuff for the schoolgirl uniform for somebody else.
Oh man. And then Rab
There are
drops
tons
that
of side quests.
magazine.
Oh yeah, when you get
Yeah.
Rab back up and he's like the fucking porno mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And stuff like that makes those games so great.
I'm pretty sure he said something about he just wanted to read the articles
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It was a Playboy reference. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. And then you get Eric back, I think next. And then Eric,
Amnesia.
yeah, he's got amnesia. He doesn't know who he is. And then that entire ice area was kind of lame to me.
Yeah. Serena shows up.
Of course,
there,
that
too.
is like the worst part because it's Eric.
Yeah.
And then you figure out that
It's not
like
that
his
long,
sister.
though.
No, it wasn't that long, but it took me
quite short.
forever to figure out what I was supposed to do in that
That
area.
gold temple was kind of confusing. That you go into.
Yeah, and then you figure out that like Eric's sister was like cursed or something, and then you got to try and break the curse.
Yeah, that was like his motivation.
I love gold. I'm going to turn everything into gold.
I think the
Those
thing
are
that I hate
my-
about Eric's entire arc is that he never mentions having a sister
No,
at
he
all
doesn't.
until like it's like randomly thrust upon you.
Like, oh yeah,
when-
we
when he has
orphans to a bunch
amnesia.
of fucking Vikings.
Yeah. They were enslaved pretty much.
Yeah, like
And then he never came back for her, so of course she's not happy with him.
Yeah.
Easy to manipulate at that point because she wants revenge.
oh yeah, I mean it makes sense because like apparently he was gone for years
Yeah.
and he was just hanging out and fucking like Heliodor,
Stealing
just
stuff.
being a thief. Wasn't he never did anything to like try and get her back. So
Yeah, one of those crystal ball things. Those were important, right?
Way important. Extremely important.
And then he lost it.
yeah, and then you got and then you find Serena, and then you like go back to Arborea.
Doesn't she like save you during a boss fight or right before it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The dragon.
It's the dragon fight. Yeah,
I saw that one coming as soon as you see him in the ice.
yeah,
I was
because it's like right
that's a
before
boss fight.
Arborea. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah. was
So
a good
yeah,
one.
you fight a dragon. You get saved by Serena. She comes out, and you're like, oh hey, let's go back to Arborea and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you that's where you like find Veronica is in the forest next to Arborea, and she's like laying behind a tree, and you're like, oh hey, you're right there, and then you're like, oh shit,
She
she's
sensed
dead.
her. That's how
Yeah.
she knew she was there. Because they have a twin connection somehow.
Yeah, well they are twins.
Yeah, I was.
No, I mean like the connection
Yeah.
itself. I know they're twins.
Yeah, you said they have a twin connection somehow, and I was like, well,
The
it's probably
connection
because they're
part.
twins.
The connection part was
Dragon
the
Quest
thing I was
has like
skeptical
some
about.
big moments, a lot of them being like in 5 and stuff. But when things happen, they kind of happen either passively in the background or kind of like, okay, you realize it's a small progression in the story, but it's never that big of a huge twist. And
Yeah.
the thing that happens with Veronica is absolutely one of those big moments.
Oh,
that
it
you would
came out of
expect from an
fucking
RPG.
nowhere.
I know.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was going to happen to like Eric or something. Be like,
Have they
okay,
done that
bye.
before? Killed
then-
off a main character in your party? I
Not
In
feel like
Dragon
they
Quest?
haven't. Yeah.
Dragon Quest, no.
Well, unless
Not
you count like
counting 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, 5 would be really the only one. They haven't had the balls to do it yet.
Yeah, it's far more mature, I think, compared to the other ones, but it still maintains its lightheartedness too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not for that Veronica part though. Like they're all happy to see her again, and then when they discover that she's dead, like everybody like breaks down crying.
Yeah. I was like, wow,
that was some shit.
Can't believe they went there with that.
Yeah, and all this sentimental stuff of going to the grave with Rab and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pertaining to.
And he starts talking to like his daughter's gravestone and everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got to like fight your dead dad.
That was cool, but also sad.
Oh,
yeah, especially when you find out who he was, then you're like, oh fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, this game throws some shit at you, some pretty heavy emotional shit.
Yeah.
And it's pretty surprising. Like I thought 5 was really mature for like, you know, having your dad die in front of you, like being, you know, your character becoming a slave and all that shit.
Your wife being taken.
Yeah, your wife being kidnapped, like leaving your babies behind and like go find them, then being turned into stone, like letting somebody else raise your babies.
Yeah.
And a great fucking father, right?
Yeah, it's
Where
fucking,
have you been, Daddy? I'm sorry, I was encased in stone. Yeah, sure, I've heard that story before.
Just went out for cigarettes.
You got turned into stone. Whatever. Such a liar.
5 is fucking fantastic for that, and like the other games are definitely more lighthearted. Like nothing dark really happens in 8. I mean, there's a few things like with
there's a lot of deaths in 8.
There's a lot of deaths, but it's never.
Main cast.
Yeah, it's like
they don't even have the guts to kill off Angelo's
brother.
Brother,
Yeah.
not real brother, but what's
Yeah.
his name again?
I can't remember his name.
But yeah, even when you think like Dolmagus is gonna come by with the scepter and stuff and kill him, he literally just stops the shit from happening. He's like, "No, I'm gonna take this power."
Yeah.
When you think that he's actually gonna get killed. You know, there's the guy who helps you in the elevator. I'm assuming he's dead down there. There's a pile of bones.
There was no
but who
way
gives
back.
a fuck
So
about him. His ass was corrupt and evil.
He was like
anyway.
a politician.
But as is with most politicians. But yeah, they never really like have the guts to kill off a main cast member or anything like that.
Yeah, this one just like there's a lot of stuff like all the character arcs when you're like getting them back.
Those are cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Because you've spent most of the game running away from Hendrik.
Yep.
Because you're the supposed Darkspawn. And then after the entire place has been ransacked and destroyed and it's being rebuilt, you basically join back in alliance with Hendrik and then have to form that bond with him, being like, oh, okay, we're kind of allies now. That was an interesting thing.
The other thing,
honestly,
cool.
the way that this game handles it fixes all the stuff that I hated about Final Fantasy VI. Was like the characters kind of felt meaningless and whatever. You get like a little story chunk with them, and it's like, okay, now you get us back. But then with like Dragon Quest XI, it does the same thing, but it's a more linear base. And then all the characters,
the World of Ruin.
Yeah, like when it's destroyed, you get back all your characters. Like it's basically the exact same plot area, but
it's the same setup.
But they do it in a more concise way, and then all the characters are like extremely well done, and you get to know them before this thing happens. Yeah. So it's like, it's fantastic. Like, you already get, like, the fact that you know these characters, you've had fun with them for a little bit, and then you get them back, and then you're like, oh shit, emotional backstory. Like, Sylvando finally confronting his dad, and then his dad being okay with him, and, you know, just
they
like...
go full circle.
Yeah, they come full circle, and then they, like, once they, like, accept something about themselves, they unlock more power. Which is really cool. Yeah, it's brilliant. Like they it's exactly like in Persona 5. Like, you know, like when your character like builds the relationship with that character and he helps them overcome something about themselves, then they unlock their true power. And that's fantastic in in both
great
of those
design.
games. It honestly
That's
is.
how you do character development.
Yeah,
Right.
it's beautiful character development. It's amazing, and that like this game has some of the best characters just because of that shit. And then after Veronica's death, and Serena has to confront that, and then she has that memory. You know, it's just some really sad shit. And then and then her sister like basically gives her powers.
Yeah, that was cool.
Powerful moment, and then amazing character development. She is one of the most developed characters in that.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
One negative part of the post game, Serena becomes like extremely powerful, right?
Yeah, and then she becomes a bitch again.
Yeah, so you go back in time, basically. That's what happens in the post game, and they reset a lot of things that happened, and that was one of them. So she doesn't really become a helpful character after that point. So she disappeared from my party after that. Like, just didn't use her. She wasn't as strong.
That's why I had to separate that part from the game, because there's a lot of stuff that would like negatively impact it. Because this game has a really the story is it's solid is where it is. Like it's perfectly solid just the way it is. And adding anything more to it, it's kind of like hard to be like.
Right. Well, they took a big risk with that, but I think it turned out really well.
I've heard nothing but good things about the post game stuff, and I do want to play it eventually. But like that's where I'm like, that kind of hurts.
It does.
Like the main game stuff, it like erases everything you've done.
Right.
So it's like that. I have to count that separately because you know it changes everything completely.
But when you see what they do with it, like it'll make sense.
I'm sure it will.
Like it subtracts some of the best things about the main story, but also what it adds to it is just it's far better. It surpasses it.
Does it explain what's going on with the little creatures?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the big
saw.
focus.
That's kind of already explained, like in the first 5 minutes of the post game.
right.
Right.
That's the major focus.
Have you not gone in the past yet?
No, I haven't, because
Oh, okay.
I learned it was the point of no return, and I kept doing the side stuff instead because I was worried about the leveling thing.
Yeah.
So.
It's true. Those things are like the main focus.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. I can't give away too much.
In case you don't know what we're
obviously.
talking about, the entire game, there's these little ghostly dudes that you can just kind of see that will
Only
be
the
along,
luminary can see them.
Yeah,
though.
that will just be along the path.
There's all these blue ones and then like one random red one. I remember there being a red one, but maybe that gets explained later. Anyway, the gameplay.
It does.
We've gone over it a little bit, but there's a couple changes, some quality of life improvements to the gameplay.
Oh, you know what? There is Hendrik also has that character moment too when he fights Jasper
Right.
at the end.
Yeah. And Jasper kind of gets some redemption too. Like you can see his motivations.
His motivations, I think, are the weakest part.
They're weak.
They're pretty. They're
I
pretty.
don't like Jasper.
This game has great writing, except for Jasper has really weak motivations. Like his entire motivation for being a bad guy is the fact that Hendrik is really good at everything.
Hendrik got all the attention. He was
It's like
he was
what the
ignored.
Like what the fuck? You guys are basically in the same position. Everyone in the kingdom knows who you are, and you're gonna be like, well, he's just slightly better at everything than I am.
Well, they
It's
had
not like
different
one
strengths.
was an abandoned orphan boy and didn't have the same parents, so they looked down on him like he's the slum child. It wasn't nothing like that.
Well,
It
as
was
far as
literally
battle
the
goes,
same
too, he wasn't as good.
Family.
So his skills weren't recognized as widely as Hendrik's.
Right.
Like when you go to the stadium, you even see a statue of him.
Well, that's because like they sent Hendrik out to go other places where Jasper was like the king guard. Or
He was
whatever.
like a tactician, is what I thought.
Yeah, like they had, but he wanted to be known as the strongest or whatever, and he was just like, okay, so you're just a bitch.
Yeah. Well, that's why he went down a dark path, so he could do it the cheap way.
Yeah, so he becomes a demon.
Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Still loses because he's pathetic.
Yep. So some of the quality of life improvements is the strange thing for having an entire new set of menus for like your equipment and items and stuff. I thought that was new, and you could now see your XP inside of the status menu and not have to go see a priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
fantastic.
liked it. That was good.
I think my favorite aspect, though, is the fact that you can reset your skill points at any time and then just place them somewhere else, so you can switch out like what kind of battle style you think you'll want.
Exactly. Oh,
And that
that's
way
one
you can
thing.
just manipulate it for the next boss fight and then switch it back again.
Yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was one thing I was going to bring up. Like, when the world changes and Yggdrasil crashes down, like, you have to switch up the way you play the game because of the party members that you get. along
Right,
the
yeah,
way.
because it's not group stuff for
Exactly.
a while. It's individual one-on-one stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
To,
So preferences change at that point too, based on like who you have. So like you're forced to adapt with the game.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had to switch at that point to the big swords because they had a move where I could hit multiple targets.
Yeah.
Which you need early, like in the like when that happens, because the hero with the swords ability doesn't have any like wide hitting moves.
you'll just get overwhelmed, especially in the ocean.
And
So-
Hendrik doesn't hit multiple enemies either, so
No, that's...
not at first anyway.
Yeah, he has to get the helichopper or whatever.
Yep. Anyway,
So
what were
that
we
was
talking
good.
about?
I love the addition of mounts.
mounts was fun.
Yeah.
I just wish there were more, but I guess they're having more introduced in the Switch version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. The best mount, easily the dragon.
Yeah.
Love the dragon.
Yeah, there's like a throwback thing to earlier levels. And like you go through them trying to get to the end part. I think it's at the castle at the very end. There's like different paths that you go on.
Yeah, I think I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Anyway, it throws you back to like the watery cave area, and then you come out to like a cliff place.
Yes.
You can
yes,
hop
I
on
do.
a dragon and fly through the whole thing to the end.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can skip that whole portion of it.
Huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the skull spider. It was the...
Oh,
Where
yeah.
it climbs up the walls and shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Yeah,
He's cool.
They utilize some of the mounts to put it into the world map for gameplay. It isn't literally just, oh, we're going to walk around on one creature or whatever just to get from point A to
Yeah,
point
I
B.
do like that you change mounts for traversal stuff, and it's really
Yeah, you
the way
have
you.
to do that to get to some areas.
Yeah, the egg bot thing was cool.
Yeah, the
Uh,
platforming stuff that you get to do now.
Huge
just
ass
using the
jumps.
regular horse to like slam through enemies, so you don't have to fight them is
Yeah.
cool.
The horse controls so well in this game.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Like normally games have shit horse controls,
Yeah.
but this one has great horse controls.
Yep.
Great maneuverability.
You can jump in the game now.
Yeah, I like
useful.
that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not many RPGs do that, so...
Yeah.
Especially traditional
And
ones.
the accept button and the jump button weren't the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, they learned their lesson, I guess.
Well, entirely different group of people making a better game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Much
yeah,
better game.
Definitely.
In case you don't know what game we're talking about,
No.
it's Final Fantasy 15. Dragon Quest 11 is way better.
Yeah.
Is it even close?
No.
No, not even. The bad guy has better motivation, but that's about it.
I
So,
guess so.
we discussed...
Better than Jasper, anyway.
That's true. That's definitely
I mean,
true.
Morrigan's just the evil guy, and that's I can accept that. You know,
He's a
I can accept
secret-
the simple plot
He's a
of the
secretive
fact that
guy,
he's.
too.
I
He's
can
like
accept the
Malroth.
fact that he's a demon, so that he is evil.
Yeah.
That's as much plot I need for that bad guy.
So, yeah, I love the freeform camera they have, and you can
Just look around wherever you want. Yeah, that's nice.
I took some beautiful photos with that mode. Like, it isn't a feature in game, but if you're playing on PS4, just do the take screenshot thing.
Yeah.
And it'll work that way. So yeah, it was absolutely beautiful and visually striking. Like it looks like, obviously it does the cell shaded approach, which Level 5 did with Dragon Quest 8, but it looks like 8 felt the first time you played it.
Oh yeah, it's an incredible jump. Like everything is more detailed, yet still maintains that like animated style that looks really. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's great looking.
It translates extremely well, and I think it's a smart thing. I believe this was using Unreal Engine 4.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's a lot smarter for them to do that than most of Square's in-game.
In-house.
In-house, thank you. In-house graphics emulators.
In-house with quotation marks.
Yeah. Because, look at the realistic hair physics. That doesn't need to be represented in like a Dragon Quest game.
No.
So I think it's way smarter for them to run this in Unreal Engine 4 instead of like Luminos or what was the newer one called? Crystal Tools. No, Crystal Tools is the old one. Luminous is the new one. Stuff like that, and it doesn't really need to be top-line graphics. They just literally picked an art style that fits it to a T.
Yep.
They took that lesson from Dragon Quest 8, and they expanded upon it. Everything looks beautiful. The animations of the bosses,
seeing them move around and shit, and
the
then,
mimic, all of it just looks fantastic.
Like that, all the backgrounds, all the environments that you can go to. Like you can see like individual blades of grass just like waving in the wind, like the flowers and like the all the details and like rock faces and stuff. Like you can, it's so well done. It's so well done. It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen.
Extremely colorful. It's not bland.
Oh yeah, there's no bland parts in this game. Even the parts that you'd think would be bland, like being inside castles and stuff. No,
especially the caves.
They find a way to make those look more exciting. Like the final areas, the castle. You get the bland stone and whatever. But then they got like giant fucking crystalline ceilings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The purple and red aura thing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like
the enemy variations are great.
Oh yeah, not too many
repeats.
There was maybe some of the snow area. We're like, we're going to color it light blue.
I mean,
but other than that,
beginning enemies always change up a little and they toss them into later areas. But other than that, like there's a lot of enemy variation.
Yeah, I think
even after like the world
in
falls and you start seeing like the more powerful version of the enemies, they're just like, it's the same thing, only like they're stronger.
Yeah.
So like there's like an explanation for why they're like slightly different colors.
Fucking evil trees.
And you get the fucking like four-armed dudes. Those guys were hard to fight when you got like 3 of them or like 2 of them in the same fight, and they'd hit like everybody all at once.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't think of like one difficult enemy that stands out. Because they're all pretty well balanced.
The hardest ones for me were those 4-armed guys, but you can take care of them pretty easily, especially if you can like put one to sleep.
Yeah.
You just fuck the other one, and then you take them out.
Sleep was really useful in this game.
Yeah, status effects. That's another thing. Is like status effects were way easier to use in this game. Like, most RPGs, for some reason, like if you try to use poison or sleep or any other like thing, it takes a lot of RNG to be able to even get it to work. Yep. But in this game, like they just do. Like it's fantastic.
It's built into some attacks too, like the abilities that you use.
I think Eric gets a poison attack and another one that sleeps.
Sylvando gets one.
Yeah, well, they both do because they both have the knife abilities. Yeah,
Sylvando with that hustle dance, man.
Oh yeah, hustle dance is fucking awesome. Oh man, that move is so good. It heals your entire party for so much, and all you have to do is like up his charm.
Yeah.
So, like that, and that's the easiest fucking thing to do. He gets like that equipment item. He gets the like at the start, the one that has like the feathers and stuff.
Oh yeah,
the headdress and whatever. That ups his charm by like 300.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good.
I like how they dance when they walk, when they have that equipped, the luminary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the awesome parade part.
Yeah. Oh, it was the Mardi Gras suit.
Yeah.
Outfit.
Yeah.
Something
Mardi
like
Gras
that.
After that event. Well, yeah, it was pretty funny. You're just dancing, trying to bring smiles to everybody, and Like I said before, Hendrick ain't having none of that. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It was great. It was fucking hilarious.
It was.
I enjoyed it.
It took forever to walk
when
around.
Hendrick
though.
starts questioning your sexuality.
he didn't.
That was really funny.
He didn't take forever to walk around. It's the fucking parade behind you.
Yeah, you have to
just
wait for
wanted
him to catch up.
I
It's
didn't.
like going through every.
I had
It
to
takes
wait.
a little bit, man. It takes a little bit. It's like watching the whole Macy's Day Parade. Be like, all right, when's this over?
I forgot to mention you can run in this game too.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
helps
that's
a lot.
nice.
Man, you could just blaze R2, right? And just
Yep.
Yeah, it is
cut
really
down on
useful.
some time with that.
And then you can fast travel to campsites.
There's just a lot of quality of life changes for this game that is
Yeah, the
just
grind
so good.
is. Yeah, there's maybe a little bit of grind, but it's so much fun.
it's less.
Honestly,
For the
there isn't
combat-
really that much grind throughout the main game. Like a lot of the
Right,
the stuff I did was for anticipation of the post credits, which I didn't realize was gonna revoke everything that I had done. So
Yeah,
well, the
it's
hero's
not bad.
okay
It's just
still.
so much fun that I have no problem just constantly. Oh, you've been only battling for an hour. Oh, really? Oh, cool. No problem.
Goes by fast.
As long as the game is kind of on mute.
Yeah.
You want to get into that?
Go ahead.
Soundtrack is not good with the MIDI files. Now, I've listened to the symphonic versions of him, which is going to be on this new version of S version. Fantastic. So I could see people's complaints about the PS4 version in Steam, which you can trickily just patch in the orchestra version. Thank God for PC. It is not good. I got a fever. And the only prescription seems to be more fucking trumpets for him in this soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because they're all over the fucking place.
The variety wasn't as good in this.
It wasn't.
this one.
It's generic RPG themes.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but the soundtrack is the weakest part of this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sophie, my girlfriend, she listened to me while I was playing it, and she's like, yeah, if I had to have a complaint about the game, it's the lack of variety in the soundtrack, because
Right.
she was getting driven crazy over it,
Yeah.
because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you go to different areas, and sometimes they reuse them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it just gets old.
So why this? I know it's because Sugiyama wants to protect his music or whatever,
Yeah.
which I don't agree with entirely. It should have been in the PS4 launch version. It shouldn't be on this Switch later or after a small little upgrade. The
Yeah.
orchestra version itself should be in there. And it's not, if I'm not mistaken. And it's not. It's significantly better, the symphonic versions, than they are in game.
I'm surprised
And
that
it's
they didn't come out
disappointing.
with the DLC for that, like a little, or at least an
Yeah, and then
update
let him
of some
keep
kind.
90% of the cut. Like,
Well, it's what you guys were saying earlier, like, they could always go back and fix it to that with a patch.
Yeah. You know, this game is odd for the DLC, though. Like, they're just coming out with the Switch version,
Yeah.
which has all the updates and everything. But then they come out with, like, the random, like, pre-order bonus or whatever, and then the fucking, like, Lucky Axe or whatever
I
it
didn't
was.
redeem that. I redeemed the axe,
because it's
but not
good.
the...
Because it's
not the
trash.
in-game
Not the
DLC.
seeds and the
Oh.
bonus items, though. They're pretty useful for the beginning.
Yeah.
You get some
I heard-
health and SP back. Like, I could consistently use one of the hero's
it's one of
moves with
the
that SP
accessories.
bonus.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I missed out.
That axe
That's all right,
is fucking trash, people. So I don't understand
Yeah,
why
I-
they needed it.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know.
the
Like, that
DLC.
wasn't even that good of an axe. Like,
No,
you,
it's literally like 30 attack power less to give the Hendrick than the sword he has right when you get him in the party.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys use axe Hendrick or sword Hendrick?
Sword.
Yeah, that's what I used to.
Yeah.
The axe one just didn't have enough.
Axe seemed okay, but sword had way more multi-target attacks, which I was like, yeah, that's way better. Especially like when you have moves that are like, yeah, if you use this one, it'll like double and or triple damage.
Yeah.
Because like when you oomph him and then you use that one move that does like triple damage.
Where he sacrifices defense.
Yeah, it's so good. He does like fucking so much damage.
It's like ×4, isn't it?
Basically.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
with the oomph. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I loved the party members being able to get moves that would like speed boost the entire party or boost the defense of the entire party or oomph the entire party. So good moves.
I relied on oomph a lot. Oh, who cast it though? I think it was actually Hendrick that cast it.
Hendrick gets. I think Hendrick gets oomph. Yeah, but so does Veronica, and I think
Rab.
Rab
does Rab?
Yeah.
Doesn't the hero also? Hero gets some buffing moves, but I don't remember which one. And I know Sylvando gets the speed one.
Yeah.
Sylvando gets the speed, and I think defense one.
Oh, that's why I didn't use a healer too, because the Luminary had healing moves. So I had two healers.
I occasionally would switch Serena with Sylvando just because Hustle Dance is so good.
Yeah.
Because like you don't need a healer when you can just fucking Hustle Dance the whole time. And,
that's true.
Yeah.
He's weaker than the other guys too, I feel like.
In damage, yeah, but with his buffing spells and then Hustle Dance, he more than makes up.
He's a great support character.
Yeah, he is. He's a fantastic support character.
He multi-attacks too, I think.
Yeah, it's 2 hits with the fan thing, whatever the fuck he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all useful in their own way.
Just depends on your playstyle.
Some more than others.
Yeah, Serena's useful when you first get her, but she's also like...
She falls off
easily replaceable.
Yeah.
Because you can get Rab, and I've used Rab for a while.
I found her to be extremely helpful, and she gets buffed the fuck up after the Veronica incident.
Oh, yeah, after that point,
yes.
like, she's definitely worth using, because Veronica is an amazing character. Because using the bang spell, it's
that's
so
really
good.
important early on.
Yeah.
So apparently Hori wanted, and well, at least was considering making it an open world game, but he decided against it because it would have been difficult to tell the story. And I agree with that. This is quite contained.
It was a little bit open world. I mean, you can go wherever you want anyway.
It's a lot of open space. It looks beautiful, just sometimes maybe it's a little much.
The map design kind of was confusing in that area, but other than that, it's just fine.
Yeah, the snow area is the weakest part, story and gameplay wise.
Snuffleheim,
yeah.
Sniffleheim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snuffle.
Yeah, because then you got like the Vikings right next to that spot too, so like it's basically the same area. So it's just like it's too much. There's way too much in that area. Because like even the dragon that you fight, like when you get Serena back, is like right outside that area. So it's just so too much.
Yep.
Too much in Sniffleheim. But yeah, any other gameplay thoughts, guys?
Not really.
Nope.
I think I got everything out that I had.
I like that you could switch between whatever kind of play style you wanted for that character. Like Veronica and Serena had like whips or spears that you could use as an alternative to like wands or staves. And of course they had like their own little magic section.
Yeah.
Veronica being more damage based, Serena being more support.
Mm-hmm.
A simplified version of the sphere grid.
Yeah, Eric being able to get like the swords or boomerangs or knives, and then Luminary being able to do like luminary magics, and then swords and great swords.
Luminary various zigzags.
Just stuff like that is really cool, and then of course being able to swap at any time, basically by converting all of your points back, so you can put them somewhere else,
Yeah.
The mini forge, the fun size forge, or whatever it was called.
That was fun.
It was really great. Basically means that you don't have to constantly buy new weapons in every town.
Yep.
Because you can just
you do that?
upgrade. You can upgrade your weapons or forge new ones if you have the recipes.
And it levels up too.
Yeah.
As you level.
It levels up. So you can basically, as soon as you get a new weapon, upgrade it like to the +3, and then it'll have like +10 extra damage,
Yeah.
which puts it like 2 towns away from normally what you'd have to buy.
As long as you have the sources for
And then
it.
when you have the forging a weapon you already have only costs the perfectionist pearls.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, which you can buy.
redo them too, so that's also awesome.
Yeah,
You can buy them later on.
yeah
You
you
can
can buy
buy
you can buy
pretty
them at the
much
academy.
Every weapon that you'd be forging later on in further towns for the
Can
most
buy
part.
them in post game too.
Yeah, and then
so if you just wait.
just getting those falchion blades like super early, and then being able to upgrade them so that you're doing like
Yeah.
it's so good. The damage output is disgusting. And it really helps with like metal slimes and shit, being able to attack that many
Right.
times.
What do you guys think about the metal stuff? Like the metals that you find,
The mini metals.
mini metals.
I did not
You guys
find
struggle
many
with
this
it?
time.
I didn't really struggle with it. I found a bunch in like a bunch of random spots. Like I just pick up a pot and then it'd be like, "Hey, you found a mini metal."
Yeah. So
So
to
like
get
any random thing I do, I get like a mini metal. So
Yeah.
I found quite a few of them.
to get the platinum, you have to unlock pretty much the whole thing. So you have to get all the mini metals. There's an
Yeah.
enemy that drops them.
There's
Yeah,
an enemy
you
that
can
drops
farm
them.
it. Yeah, you can farm it.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
can
it
you
saved me a lot
can you
of
steal
time.
it from them?
Yep.
Nice.
And you only need to do like 80 side quests out of the 120 or 40, right?
Yeah,
Something like
I just
that.
did them all
Yeah.
since I could.
Dylan
'cause,
here has
like,
the platinum.
I did platinum it. It took 150 hours.
Nice.
It was worth it. I think.
Yeah.
Now I can hold it over these guys.
The one thing in life.
Well, one of many.
No.
But this one
Need to get through
specifically.
during quest
Man,
8,
that's like
dude.
6 days of time.
Yep. It is.
That's so long.
No regrets, though.
No regrets.
No regrets. Got that tattoo there.
Yeah, right
No
across your
regrets.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
soundtrack is the weakest part of the game. Gameplay is fucking fantastic.
Design is
The
flawless.
design, yeah, it's fucking amazing. Story is amazing. Game is amazing. Like it's a lot of people put it as like their top RPG of the year for a fucking
Yeah.
reason. Like,
Yep. And I was reading some reviews, and people were like, yeah, it's just a basic RPG. Did you play the game? Some reviewers, like, I feel like they put 20 hours in and called it good.
yeah, I don't understand people
Well-
who would say something like that. Like, what a basic
The
RPG?
gameplay-
Like,
This day and age, most people, yes, millennials and younger, have ADHD or ADD at least.
well,
And
even
God forbid
then,
they
like if
play
these
a
people are
turn-based
playing like RPGs and they're like trying to
They're
compare
not,
it to
they're
old
playing-
school RPGs, like how can you possibly say that? This game is more involved story wise than nearly every other RPG. Like this and Persona 5 are like the top 2 RPGs.
From the last 10 years.
Yeah, easily. Like they're in my top.
They just
They're in the top 3 RPGs for me.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
right. Just they always want action. They want everything done so quickly. And if they spend more than 15 seconds in a battle,
that's the
they'll
thing.
freak out. And that's
This
the problem.
game's gameplay, like the battles are very quick.
Yep.
comparably to Yeah.
It's insane. Like I can't imagine playing this game and being like standard.
Yeah, exactly. It's solid, but not quite pushing the
I
limits
cried
of
at
the
one
technology.
point. It's only okay.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
One of few games that I've shed a tear for.
Veronica part.
Yep.
Yeah. I was
Well, the end is-
like, fuck, man.
The end is really
And you know
good,
what? I
too.
actually like Veronica. I saw a lot of people complaining about her, but you know what? She had personality. She was an in-your-face kind of person,
Yeah.
And yeah, like the design thing of her being a child is a little annoying, yeah. But I mean, like, it was funny. Like, she had some, like, she wasn't, like, the comedy relief character, but she...
tempered.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the point. Like, she was...
oh, man, her battle dialogue got so obnoxious, though.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed her character, like, and because I enjoyed her character, her death was like, oh fuck,
yeah.
Like I was like, I liked her. She was way better for me than Serena.
Yeah,
because like Serena was really passive, you know, she didn't really say much. She was just like kind of there, tagging along.
That's her character.
And then
though.
Veronica was all in your face. She was like, hey, fuck you, Eric. You know, like, you know, just shit like that. And I was like, you know what, I like Veronica. Yeah. And then she dies, and I was like, oh.
Just playing the post game.
Yeah, I mean, I get her back, but
yeah, you do. Not right away. Like at the very end. But yeah,
I mean, I have her back now because you do that part.
So do we want to
like
get into some negative
time.
reviews by other websites? Since we're on that subject,
I don't think anyone actually gave it.
Did anyone give it a bad review?
Oh yeah, Polygon stated that the upgraded visuals and presentation were, quote, grafted onto a frail and aging skeleton, unquote, and that it was unlikely to bring in any new fans to the series due to its non-evolving nature.
Man, who works at Polygon?
Non-evolving?
Polygon is like the worst gaming website, I swear.
Dude, they totally are. They're so fucking
Metro.
bad. Did you play Hellblade?
Hellblade was amazing.
Yeah, did you read that review of Hellblade that like Schweiss and I got mad at?
You sent it to me.
It was fucking ridiculous. God, I hate Polygon, and everyone who writes for them is a fucking hack.
Burning bridges with Polygon.
I don't want any bridges with Polygon. They're all fucking horse shit.
Metro considered the game to be old school to a fault, adding that its combat and character customization options were needlessly simplistic. IGN criticized the sexualization.
I spent like 60 hours getting the costumes for them
in the game, calling it cringe-inducing. Complaints of this include the guest to dress up a female character in a sexy bunny outfit and the puff content.
So they played like a fourth of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you dress Veronica as a cat too.
Yeah. And the fact that when you go to get one of the puffs, it ends up being the girl's father.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Fuck you and your progressive agenda.
This game is literally about how you can bring traditional RPGs into the future. Like, you can't just complain about it because, like, oh, it's an aging skeleton. No, like they brought life back into the like an old style RPG.
Yeah, and they claim that they didn't get any new people from that. Look at the sales for it.
The sales are insane, and they're going to release it on Switch with extra content. You best believe that everyone who owns a Switch is going to be like, hey, a new fucking RPG. Like, I just don't understand.
I don't think there's any RPG right now that will give you more value than Dragon Quest XI.
Outside of maybe Persona 5.
Maybe again. Persona 5, yeah.
Because both of those games, dude, it's really, JRPG, those games are really good. Yeah. These two games are like top tier RPGs, and both, you know what? And Persona is also a game that is fucking old school style RPG. It follows you have to like fight complementary fucking elements. You have to use fucking specific weapons to like against certain enemies. Yep. You have to find the weaknesses, which is basically every fucking RPG, and you have to like it's turn-based.
It's not traditional.
It is 100% traditional. Everything about it
stylized.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking visuals, but like everything else is very standard, but it does it in a way that makes it feel new, just like Dragon Quest XI.
We want surprise mechanics, Craig. We don't want none of this old
surprise mechanics. You want fucking loot boxes? Is that what you're telling me, you piece of shit? You want fucking come across a random chest and be like, hey, you got a loot box? Guess you better pay $2.99 to fucking open it. See what kind of fucking bullshit you got.
I don't want to grind, Craig. I don't want to grind.
Oh, you got a purple weapon. Good job.
God damn it, dude.
Need the pearlescent. Yeah, I believe the sales are over 4 million now for Dragon Quest XI, which easily puts it at top.
Yeah.
But I
it's
don't
only
know
gonna
if
get
that
more.
is including the 3DS version. I'm sure it is, but you know what? It's a different game, so that counts.
Yep.
I can't take anything seriously from a group of people who would say that this is an aging skeleton and then fucking like be like, oh yeah, new Call of Duty is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you know what? They've been using the same fucking system for every Call of Duty since like
Yep.
the first Modern Warfare.
9.5 out of 10.
They have not changed it. They even figured it out because they wanted the base code to see if like something that was in there was still there, and it
Yep.
totally was.
Of course.
They haven't changed it at all.
Same with Assassin's Creed. At least they're trying to do something different now.
Oh yeah, now they're trying to go the action RPG route, which is okay. Although I'm really pissed off that I can't just instantly assassinate someone.
Oh,
But
man.
they are fun games now. I really like them.
I like
I mean,
two.
I think 2 is still the best one, but still,
Yeah.
all good.
But then
And Bayek in freaking Assassin's Creed Origins, he's a great character. He's the second greatest Assassin's Creed character.
I haven't actually played them, so
11 did get recognized for a little bit by being nominated for a couple of awards. Didn't win any, but at least it got some of its recognition. I remember watching like the Game Awards last year and
best RPG.
Best RPG.
What
and
won?
Monster Hunter. I don't blame it.
I don't know about that.
Both look fantastic.
I mean, Monster Hunter World is great,
Yeah.
but this is a better game. I like Monster Hunter. I like everything about it, but still, Dragon Quest XI is much better game, far more solid. Actually had a story. I mean, Monster Hunter World tried to have one, and it was okay, but it was basically just fighting Magnum Zeros or whatever his name is like 8 times.
8 times.
Basically, dude, you fight him like 3 times, and then you fight like the final boss of Xeno'jiva.
So yeah, we highly recommend this. It's pretty cheap nowadays. If you want to wait for the Switch version,
So
you can go ahead and buy that one.
in
But
November, it had
if
4 million
yeah,
sales total.
over 4 million.
Last November,
Yep, 2018.
and it's only gotten more since it's been like $30.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that has an updated sales number, but I can't find it.
I'm sure there's a couple websites, but
Yeah.
I don't really look into those. But yeah, we highly recommend it if you love RPGs. Period.
I mean, just the sheer
It's a
amount of
great starting
hype
off
this thing
point.
had before it was even released told me that like a lot of people were going to be playing this.
Yeah.
A lot of people that even hadn't
Well, it-
even heard of or played Dragon Quest before were like, "This looks really fucking cool."
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's all the people who grew up
because
with
they
like.
secretly have one of those friends that does know about Dragon Quest that kind of.
Well, I mean, it's either that or
Yeah.
like those people who kind of grew up with like Dragon Ball Z or like those
It
kind of
could be
games that
Yep.
Akira Toriyama worked on before, like or Blue Dragon. You know,
They're always like Goku
was-
for Smash. Well, now you got as close as you can get.
yeah, basically, yeah. Like all of those characters kind of look like him.
Yeah.
I want to see the overlap between like Dragon Ball Fighters and the people who bought Dragon Quest 11. I'm sure there's quite a bit of overlap. But
Well, now that it's in Smash, I
Yeah,
don't think it's
Arxis
going to
just
be.
put some of the Dragon Quest characters in Dragon Ball Fighters.
well, isn't there from one of the Dragon Quest mangas? Isn't another fighting game that's on PS4?
Yeah, Jump Force.
Jump
It's
Force.
Oh,
Dai
yeah.
from Dragon Quest Dai, the manga.
Yeah. The manga and the TV show. It seems like a couple of people have been grabbing their VHS copies and ripping them onto the internet and actually doing their own subtitles. There actually is a full subbed TV show now from the anime that was out a while ago. Since we only got like half of it translated
Yeah.
for a dub, we may just end up doing that because I actually found all the files.
Well,
With
if we have the entire
subtitles.
show, then yeah, we should do it.
Yeah, I think it's like 48 episodes.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying is that now that it's going to be in Smash, it's not going to be an underground thing in the U.S. anymore. Like, it'll
Hopefully
have
not.
massive exposure.
Oh yeah, like as soon as it comes out in September, like everyone who owns a Switch is probably going to get it.
I've
Like
already got it.
the biggest RPGs, the biggest RPGs on the Switch are that Xenoblade Chronicles 2,
Yep.
and like that's pretty much it. Like what else do they even have?
Well,
like
I guess
Persona
Breath of
5
the Wild,
has.
technically.
I don't really count that. There's so little
Fire
RPG
Emblem,
elements to that
gentlemen?
game.
Fire Emblem's just coming out.
Fire
too.
Emblem
Yeah.
is coming out this month. I think it, or is it next month?
It's this month.
Is it this month? Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty big.
And then I guess Dragon Quest Builders 2 just came out, which is another Dragon Quest game, which of course builds hype for Dragon Quest 11 for those who haven't played it yet.
Good reviews too.
It's a good jump off point.
Yeah, I guess they have like those Tokyo RPG Factory games, the Lost Sphere and I Am Setsuna.
Oh right, yeah.
But those are really the biggest
what about
RPGs
Digimon?
I can think of. Digimon
they're gonna.
It's on Switch
They're
now?
put on
The Cyber Sleuth. Both the Cyber Sleuth games are either coming to it or are there now.
They're like $10 at Walmart now.
So yeah, all you people who loved Digimon, those games are coming to you.
God damn it, no.
You don't even know, Jake. You haven't even played them.
Yeah, actually, I did play one.
Which one did you play?
I emulated World 3.
Oh, that's completely different. That is completely different.
I don't care. It's horrible. It is atrocious, man.
Yeah, I got that as a gift, and I let them borrow it. Well, I was really into Digimon when I was younger. I've never played it.
I mean, they're okay if you really like Digimon, but at the same time, they're really kind of boring.
Yeah.
They're really passive RPGs. You want to fucking, like, complain about an RPG, complain about that. Complain about that Digimon game that is basically, like... It's literally the skull and bones of fucking like old RPGs and does nothing to like change anything about it. Yeah. Literally, it has auto battle, so you don't even have to play the game.
Yeah,
like that. You want to talk about fucking being built on a aging skeleton? There you go.
Well, also like look at Pokemon. I love Pokemon, but it's the same formula.
Oh, man, they haven't changed that Pokemon enough in a while.
They haven't like Dynamax stuff. It's just bigger Pokemon.
Yeah, like what the fuck is up with that? Why not do more Mega Evolutions? At least that was something new.
That was creative. But it was broken. But I still loved it. Made old Pokemon relevant.
It did. It made people use Beedrill, which is fucking weird.
Pinsir. I love Pinsir.
Yeah, Pinsir. So you did get that Aerolate move, which is fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's what makes them good. They take old Pokemon and they give them new abilities that are relevant.
Although I think that Mega Pinsir thing should have just been a Pinsir
on
evolution,
our Twitter and Facebook pages.
Yeah. He needed one since Scissor, like fucking
type in Puff Puff Hour.
Scyther got an evolution.
And I asked, "Do you have any questions about Dragon Quest XI?" And one on our Facebook page, No Fuentes, asked, "If you had to add or get rid of a mechanic or whatever, what would they be?"
From Dragon Quest XI?
Yes.
Oh.
Can that include like soundtrack? Because I would definitely enjoy more tracks.
I think a gaming mechanic, but you know what? You could include the like the iPod thing 15 had, and just like do the soundtrack for the rest of the fucking series.
As they were traveling in their car. Oh my
the cop out, so they didn't have to make a new fucking soundtrack.
That was crap.
That
Although
game
they
is not
anyway,
a complaint, but I would add a mechanic of like almost every enemy can be mountable.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
There wouldn't be much point of that.
There would be.
I wish there was more like dialogue that they would say instead of like cycling through 3 or 4 different things.
More battle dialogue.
Yeah.
It could be that.
The same thing over and over gets really old.
Well, the problem is how are you going to run those scripts in the dialogue?
By adding more.
You could add more, but then you got to set parameters to how they're going to say it, why they're going to say it. Like okay, every one of them is pertaining to poison, but then you'll get annoyed of it every single time you turn to poison.
I mean, just add like an additional one on top of that, so like it cycles through a bunch of different ones.
Not do you want them in order, or
I would have liked maybe more moves being able to be purchased in the
skill tree.
In the skill trees, yeah, like make things like cost less points.
Yeah,
and then just have more moves.
Everything costs 1. Let's make it easy.
It's just like just have more moves in there because like you only get like the little handful of the flame slash or the metal slash or whatever for like the swords.
Yeah,
and then of course like and then Sylvando gets the hustle dance and nobody else can have that kind of thing. So I mean, there's unique stuff, but like at the same time, like I would like for there to be more of that in there.
Yeah, I get that.
And second question, if you had to put in something from the other Dragon Quest games into this one, which would they be? Question sounds similar. A little bit, but you can add in a couple other things. We didn't really go over the bonus like battle arena stuff. That's extra content. So I don't think there's a monster arena in 11 like there is in 8. I'd
That'd be
throw in the
cool.
monster arena for 8.
There's not.
I wouldn't mind like a pseudo monster capturing thing in 11.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But more like a you can turn monsters to your side kind of deal. I mean, they'd have that a little bit
characters.
with the charm, but like, do be more effective, or have them be like you could capture a creature and then have it be like a 5th member of the party for like one battle or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. So you could go capture one of those forearm guys and have him take on like the final boss with you.
That'd be cool.
That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Golem.
Yeah,
Golem's
or
my
just
MVP.
like a
Gold
golem,
golem.
just like, ha ha, take this wall.
Well, yeah, that's the ultimate thing you can do in 8 with the monster arena is go with gold, silver, and bronze golems, and you'll clear throughout the entire monster
that's
arena.
funny.
It's a pretty great combo. So I asked the same question on Twitter, and Dinios the Gamer asked, did you do the side quests, and how did you like them if you did? Dylan did most of them. I did
think
a couple.
I did all of them.
I like the side quests just fine, although I wish there was more than just like nothing but fetch or kill quests, because that's all of them.
I wish the
That is
rewards
true.
were better too.
Yeah,
Some
it's
of them
kind
If
of
all
like,
of them were like recipe books where you could like get some cool shit out of it.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. That was
the
also
recipes.
awesome. Yeah.
I did like being able to find new recipes for being able
For
to
the
make
forge.
items. Yeah.
Those side quests seem to be like when you can possibly get them first is the best point with the cutoff
It's true
for the
for the most
equipment you're
part.
getting. So you kind of best like, do them then.
Yeah, going
'cause-
back to them isn't really great.
I think the one thing that I'd really like to add in there is a few of the costumes had a mechanic where it would show your character wearing that specific outfit.
Yeah.
I kind of wish all of them had that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, if all of them had that, that would be really cool. Or at least more of them. I really liked that. It made me want to wear the Drazilian armor pretty much the entire time, which wasn't really
It's not even
possible
the best armor.
because it's not that
No.
good after a little while. Even though I had them all at +3, I couldn't keep doing it. So
well,
Did
also,
you guys craft the hero's outfit from 8?
yeah.
Yeah.
I had to for the plat. You have to craft everything.
Ah. Wow.
Yep. Takes a lot of time, but it's not
Yeah,
that bad.
with the resource gathering.
It's not like a Final Fantasy type thing.
I would like
More
the
commands.
resources to be purchasable. Instead
Yeah,
of
more
having
of
to-
them.
In-game, yeah, money.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are really rare drops too.
Yeah, I'd like. My least favorite thing about games that require you to make stuff is that you always have to grind out items that you can't just purchase those things.
Completely RNG.
I would
It's
enjoy
annoying.
a specific store that could sell everything.
Well, they did offer a solution through stealing stuff, but also it's like it's not guaranteed that you'll get it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good extra thing, but I mean like being able to just buy them too would be really helpful.
Yeah,
You can
more
buy
ways to spend money.
That's one thing I hate about fucking Kingdom Hearts, dude. Like when you're trying to craft the ultimate Keyblade, you just can't.
The synth stuff.
And
Yeah, the synthing
God,
stuff,
fuck
you
that.
have to get the drops, and it's absolute horseshit.
Yeah, I got the platinum.
Especially
that
for
one,
Kingdom
too.
Hearts 3, dude. There's a specific upgrade item that you need that you can only get in space by doing the gummy stuff.
Yeah,
That's how you get all your upgrade shit. You can't just buy it.
oh yeah,
The
it's, 2 did it
orichalcum.
too.
Yeah, like
those things.
it's garbage.
I did it, but it took forever.
It's garbage. I hate that game.
I hate.
What
those
do you
stupid
think about the
fruit
Switch
guys.
version? Will you buy and play it again
Wait, what?
Eventually, yeah.
for the Switch version?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna
Eventually.
buy it, and I will definitely play it again.
Yep.
Because mostly I like the idea of buying it just to like lend it out to like Schweiss and Cam and my brother, just so they can all experience a Dragon Quest game. Because none of them have played Dragon
I
Quest.
did that and it didn't work, Craig.
Well, Schweiss was playing a bunch of other shit at the time.
I'm
got too
actually going
many
to go home
shows.
with my copy.
Yeah,
tonight.
too many shows. I would like them to experience like the ultimate version of this really great game.
Agreed.
I think everybody should probably get it, at least for Switch. Just because this game is really good. It's in the top 3 RPGs of all time. Fucking fantastic. The only negative thing I really have to say about it is the soundtrack, and that's honestly a good thing to be like, hey, this is the only bad part, is that, the music, which you can turn off, is the worst part of the game.
Yeah.
Like if everything else is like fantastic and amazing, then you're fucking solid.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah.
What are your favorite NPCs in the game?
The
don't
characters that
remember
we
them.
don't play as
Yeah.
I like that Prince guy.
Yeah.
from
He's cool.
Gallopolis.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Gallopolis, the horse
yeah.
races.
Yeah.
Another pun name.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. He was okay character. I like the mermaid
Yeah,
from that
queen?
storyline.
yeah.
The one
Oh,
abandoned on the
no.
island?
That one.
Yeah,
The one that,
I like that storyline.
yeah, that one's sad. With the pink hair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, and you figure out it's the great-grandson?
Yeah, the
of
great
her-
grandson. And then the priestess from Hado, where her son turns into the
Yeah.
dragon or whatever. Yeah,
And, the leader of the monks. That lady.
Oh, I could
oh
tell
yeah,
you one
she
of the
was, she was
most
cool
She
too.
was awesome.
annoying character that I
She had
just
that
remembered.
stick.
And this is one of those cringe scenes, like the one cringe scene in the whole game that I don't want anybody to walk in on me while I'm playing it, is when you go to the hot tubs for the first time and you're trying to find Veronica. And instead it turns out to be a little girl. Now that fucking
hot tub.
voice of the little girl.
That she's
Like,
fighting with.
"Daddy?"
Oh yeah.
Daddy? Oh my god. It was horrible. It was
Yeah, I
oh.
remember that.
I must have blocked it out because I don't remember.
It takes like 2 seconds. It's not a very big scene.
I know,
but yeah,
but-
that was. I remember
And then
it.
yeah, later Veronica scolds out the parent. What kind of fucking parent are you being at the bar?
Yeah,
I like the apparition for the painting.
the little girl.
Yeah, the little girl.
Yeah.
That was some creepy shit.
That was, yeah.
Like,
Eric's friend was all right. The fat guy who got married.
Oh, the guy in the fight arena that you team up with.
Oh yeah, he was cool too.
Yeah, he dresses like the hero.
he dressed like the hero, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of cool, but
Kinda looks
corrupt
like him.
son of a bitch, man. Come on. I know you got
He
to feed the
redeems
children,
himself.
but
He redeems himself.
yeah, he does.
That was a
How
good
many
arc,
and
too.
what references and nods to other Dragon Quests did you spot?
Well, it's,
I spotted the Dragon Quest VIII armor.
yeah, that was
Definitely
obvious.
saw that one.
It's mostly just subtle stuff.
Yeah, that kind of just glances you by when when you're waiting so long to review this and you
Right.
forget most of it. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go back to that one. There's some
right.
obvious stuff post game, but we can't really go into that.
Yeah. All right. At Dr. Krinkenberl, will they ever bring back the DQ3 style options for your party?
Oh,
I
what?
don't
Where you like
think they
hire
should.
somebody and
Yeah.
then change their job?
Yeah, like 9.
I don't really like that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't really care for that. I much prefer when you have
Characters with
specific
actual development.
yeah, specific characters. If they made like a Dragon Quest Tactics game like I've wanted for all of eternity, I think that
Just anything
I think it would be
Tactics by the
okay.
Creator. Just
But even in Tactics, like Final Fantasy Tactics, I preferred the regular characters to the ones that
when you got,
I had made.
yes.
Although I did get them pretty high leveled and fucking beastly, so like I did not use some of the main characters.
Well, Melido is completely pointless. Same with
Mustado?
Rez and, No, the Green Hood. She does the brake equipment stuff.
Oh, Maluda, yeah,
Maluda, yeah,
she's okay. She has the She has the Holy Knight moves, but there are better characters for that, like the Thunder God, and then Argris.
Yeah, right.
Didn't they kind of bring it back for 9 though? Like
They did.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I definitely don't
Yeah.
like it that much. They seem very...
Can customize them, but like it doesn't do much for me really if they have no depth.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a character where like they had an actual personality and then you could just customize everything else about them,
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that. But the fact that they're like entirely just a non-person is it's not that good.
yeah, it's not.
It kind of negatively affects the game in a way.
Yeah,
Especially because like RPGs are really about the story you want to tell,
right.
and
The people involved.
yeah, and the people involved. And if your characters have no depth or are just basically there to be machines or extra weapons for your main hero, then they're
no better than an NPC.
yeah,
Or a guest
they're
character.
no better. Yeah, they're nothing.
So, I am a minority, it seems, but I can't stand Slavando. Annoying, a clown, be it sometimes funny, but I'd rather not have a freak on my team. Now, this is what most RPGs do, is they always have that one kooky offside character. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's annoying, and it's tropey, and other things like that. I don't think Slavando is a bigger plight versus other ones that are in other games. Like, there's way
I mean, you
worse
could
out
even
there.
make a
So-
case that Veronica is that character in 11, not Sylvando, just because of the whole little girl curse thing.
Yeah,
That is true.
I can see why some people probably wouldn't like Sylvando, because
There's-
he's not that serious of a character, except for at some parts.
Which
but-
have nothing to do with
But I mean, the
story.
game is full of charm. It isn't entirely a super serious game, even though it has those parts. And I feel like his character lends well to it.
I like him, yeah.
yeah.
His voice actor is fantastic, way better than Eric's.
He basically
not-
steals the show as soon as he's introduced.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really
takes
great
control of the
character. He's
scene.
super useful in battle. There aren't many characters in other RPGs that you can say like that are like that. Even if you don't like the character himself, he's still really useful in battle. Upping his charm and then using him for, even if you're only using him as a hustle dance machine, he's the best healer in the game. So
And you don't have to use him if you don't like him too. So.
yeah, you have plenty of characters to choose from, so it's fine. But honestly, I think everybody here likes Sylvando. He's a great character, and he has a really great character arc.
But yeah, we can see why people wouldn't like him. So
Yeah, I get that.
it's fair. It's a fair point.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, he's tropey a little bit just because he's like the classic, effeminate fucking.
He's literally
flamboyant,
a clown.
gay, yeah. But he's cool.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't think it sets back the story in any way, because all of it is just side shit, and it doesn't affect the story at all, really, in my opinion. So,
But he's got like some of the most powerful story arc segments, I would say. Especially with him and his father.
for his character development, yes, but
Yeah.
not.
Well, even for the development of other characters too. Like,
Right.
he does have an influence on them.
Right. So yeah, the emotional connections. Yeah. Right. I'd be interested in your thoughts on choices in the age of story.
I think choices are good. Like, if they affect the overall story, unlike, what's that one studio? The one that just went under. Tales from the Borderlands. Telltale, yeah. Like, that's like a pseudo choice. Like, the outcome's always going to be the same no matter what. But
Or like they won't be entirely the same, but they'll be really fucking close.
Yeah.
Like your choices like hardly mattered. There weren't really any choices in this game like that you
Not
had to
really.
make.
there's
And everything just kind of happens, and then you go along with it.
There is one part where you make choices, but like in the end, you eventually go through all of the options. It's like a post-game dungeon. So,
well, even some of the ones that like gives you the option like to choose something in the main game where it's like a yes or no, and you're just gonna have to choose yes anyway. Like there's some funny dialogue options sometimes if you choose no.
Yeah,
but you're gonna be ended up choosing yes. Like you can't not choose yes.
Exactly. So always choose no.
I feel like it's a good thing to add a variety and like actually have it affect the story.
Yeah,
but I can see why they don't do that. That's pretty difficult.
Yeah, usually those branching off storylines be like, they don't go much anywhere in most games.
Okay, I'm just had another thought. Do they mean like, what are your thoughts on having choices in games in an age where people are telling stories? Is that what he means? You think?
I don't know.
Because if that's the case, then my opinion would be, I honestly
Tell your
don't
own
really.
goddamn story.
Yeah, I don't really care for it. Like, unless you have the ability to make a story that, out of thousands of choices that your characters can make, then there's not much of a point. I mean, like, even the games that are entirely based off of choice, like the infamous games where you choose good and evil, like that's literally just, one or the other. You're not choosing a third path of
it's like the
being
same
a neutral
story, but
person.
just different gameplay elements.
Yeah, you just get slightly different powers from it. Like it's not really affecting much because like the end game is still going to be, Cole versus Kessler. Like it's not going to change that specific outcome. Just like in Infamous 2, it's still going to be Cole versus the Beast. It's just whoever partners up with him. Yeah, so I unless you really can make a game about true choice, I don't think that you should do anything other than just pure story for an RPG.
You're not a fan of David Cage games?
I don't know what that is.
Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Detroit.
I mean, those aren't really choices in those games either. Like,
well, you'd be surprised how much Detroit branches off.
I've been told pretty much everything that you choose, it just ends up in one altercation or another. There's not much variety.
Yeah.
So,
what is there, like 3 outcomes in Heavy Rain also?
Well,
the variety of paths you get to.
Well, I guess there's an ending for like if characters, depending on how many characters die or not, whatever.
Yeah, there's a few. There's like 6 different endings.
I just prefer them to tell the story they want to tell.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why, you know what, a lot of people hated Mass Effect 3's ending.
Yeah,
I liked it. I didn't play Mass Effect 3, but I liked the idea that they were like, you know what, this is the fucking ending no matter what you do.
Yeah,
because
I think people felt deceived with Mass Effect, though. Like their choices actually mattered in the end.
Well, they never mattered in the first place. They were literally how your character's personality. Yeah. Like they never affected them. They never affected the main story of the game. Like in the first freaking Mass Effect, you could be the biggest dick in the world, but you still save everybody from Saren and the Reapers.
Well, in 2, it affects your party, like who survives in the end or not.
Yeah, there's that kind of thing, but it doesn't change.
Putting your Ocean's 11 group together, basically, to actually save.
Yeah, I remember too, but like
to save it. But that's the whole. That's the.
And it carries over to 3.
What's the specific thing? Be like differential. What's the Game of Thrones thing that? Subdued expectations. You're expecting to beat all the Reapers and win, but you don't, and you die anyway. It's subdued expectations. I
don't know. I like that they had the choice, but you still like could be like, oh, you know what, my shepherd's gonna be a dick, or like my shepherd's gonna be a nice guy.
Punching
like
reporters.
It never made any like
fake news.
It was never like the choice like in Infamous where you were like, hey, I'm gonna take all this food for myself and for my friends so that we can eat.
Yeah.
And then being like, oh, I'm gonna give it to like everybody. Like it was never huge choices like that.
Right.
It was always just like, am I going to be a dick to this one specific guy, or am I going to be okay?
Am I gonna steal this item?
Like, it was
Bad
literally
karma?
between, like, and a lot of those people are complete assholes too. So it's literally choosing between being civil or just like doing what you want, and punching the guy in the face. Like, that's
Especially
literally
in,
it.
like, Bethesda games.
Yeah, Bethesda games, it's pretty much the same thing.
That's all
Like,
Fallout.
your
Yep.
choices in like Fallout 3 come from your actions as you play.
Yep.
Like, you can be a nice guy if you want, but you can also murder the shit out of a bunch of people
Yeah,
and steal
fuck
all their
Megaton. I
and
blew
steal
that
all,
shit.
yeah, or
Oh!
blow up that's like literally the biggest choice you can make in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, if you do it, it sets you up for the whole game. Like,
As
it
a
puts
bad
you
guy.
so far ahead as far as the caps go and stuff.
Yeah.
Experience. So it's beneficial, but
They just
also
need
you
to
feel
remaster
horrible
that.
about it.
Well, yeah, and then your dad knows about it too, and he's like, you're kind of an asshole.
You're the one who abandoned me for 10 years, Daddy.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
All right. At Platty M3, favorite character or least favorite character from each of you? Favorite character, Veronica. Least, Eric.
Yeah.
Jade is my favorite one.
I really do
Eric
like Jade.
is my least
I like,
favorite.
you know what? I like the entire cast, but I think Veronica for me is probably my favorite just because, like, she was really funny to me. She was in your face. She hated Eric, which made me laugh. Like, they fought all the time.
Yeah.
She was really useful in battle, like, the whole game. And then, like, just her death and everything, like, her whole arc is fantastic. She is outstanding as a character for me.
All right. Does the post game need to be completed to feel the story complete?
I would say no,
Yes.
having not completed it, because the story wraps up itself at the end. It feels when you beat that when you beat it, it feels completed. You know, like you have that whole moment where you're like, you did what you were supposed to. You restored the tree. You know, it has that feeling of finality. You know, you did everything that you were supposed to in the game, and then, you know, you go and say goodbye to Veronica. As far as what happens in the post game, it resets all of that. It changes the entire outcome of the game. It changes everything you've done in the main game. So I would say that it's basically two different games.
It's
in one
leading
game.
to part 2. It's a
Yeah.
Back to the Future part 2 leading in the extra part.
I wouldn't even
Because-
say it's like a part 2. It's just like an alternate. It's an alternate ending because, like, it changes everything that happens in the game.
I think absolutely you have to play the post game for it to be complete, because there's a lot of loose ends that we didn't even cover in the review because they're too much of a spoiler. That get tied up in the post game, like really important things. But I can't go into them because it's too much of a spoiler.
I can only think of one thing that's even remotely a loose end by the time you beat the main game, and that's just like figuring out what those little ghost things are.
What about the one person that you talk to when you die, pretty much? Like when you're transitioning
Oh,
from the...
you're in the freaking nether realm. Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah,
God.
the girl that
Ghost world.
that Eric talked to. Yeah, that's a really important
And you're
character.
fishing. You're
Yeah.
basically in a dream state and you're fishing. And
And
you
there's
meet the
those
girl.
little guys, and also the guardians of the planet, the little alien dudes. Those guys are really important.
Yeah,
I'll
but
side with
those
Dylan
they
on
don't
this.
really do anything until you get to like the end game, though. Like to where you're at. Like when
that's the
when you
thing
wrap
about-
up when you wrap up the story, though, they have like they
Right.
don't really have that much importance. They're just like, hey, you know, like this is part of the world. That's all it feels like.
So the main point of you going back is to like correct the things that happen, because you have the foresight now. You've been through it. You know what's going to happen. So you go back and correct those things. So instead of it having like loose ends, you tie up those loose ends. So instead of it feeling like a complete story, it feels like a perfect story.
So, are you saying by going back to the past, it's an echo
Of an elusive age. And it
Back to the Future Part 2.
explains that. See, I didn't
Yes,
want to
that's me,
ruin
but-
it. I don't want to ruin the the gameplay and the story.
See,
of it.
For the pun.
The thing that always bothers me about the end game thing, though, is the time travel. I hate time travel. Everybody fucking knows it, and it bothers me that he like goes back in time, vaguely has the foreknowledge because he like kind of loses it a little bit, but has impressions of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But then he has like the sword of evil that the Mortigan made with the sword of light.
Yeah.
And then it shatters.
Yeah, it explains that.
Yeah, I was just like, really? Okay.
It does. And it doesn't just correct his timeline. That's something that you need to understand also. There's more than one timeline that it corrects.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. That's why you have to play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
next question
more
is-
to it.
I get it now.
It's not complete. You need to go and
Mumbo Jumbo
I do
1.
want to play it.
What
and
do
I'm
you
gonna
think
do
of the
it.
fun size forge compared to the alchemy pot?
I kind of like the fun size forge better.
Me too.
I kind of wish there was more upgradability on some of the weapons, more than just the +3. But I like it a lot
So you
better.
like the alchemy pot's version of that too, because you could just keep going higher grade sword with different names
Well,
to get the what was it, Dragonite sword?
Dragonites.
Dragonian sword in A. That's what it was.
Get a
In the
harem
full
of those.
armor,
yeah.
red samurai
That's what I
armor plate
want.
set. So I like them both. I really don't want to pick one because 3DS's version of 8 fixed the only problem that Alchemy Pot had, and that was the wait time in the original PS2 version.
Yeah.
So they're both great. I really don't.
I mean, they're basically the same. I just kind of
One
like
provides a mini game.
one provides a mini game and allows you to kind of like quickly upgrade weapons that you just recently got, so that you don't have to go buy new weapons. I don't know. I prefer the fun size forge just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. One I used and one I didn't use, so it's pretty clear cut for me. Fun size forge for me.
Yeah. All right. We have a question from Angry Ass Black Dude.
Oh.
Thank you for sending that Dragon Warrior monsters, by the way.
Did you already have it?
No, I don't have it. It's awesome.
Oh,
It's perfect.
snap. Yes. Thank you for that. And thank
Yeah.
you for the CDs.
You will get
man.
a
That's-
formal shout out on Twitter also. So look forward to that.
Oh, that's high grade stuff right there, man.
Yeah. It's the best I got.
You're a scholar amongst men.
Fair
Does
enough.
loving Slavando make you gay? Fucking gay.
No, I don't
No.
think so. That's like
You can
saying
enjoy a character's personality, but not invite them to dinner in your personal life.
yeah. Well, you could be friends with a gay guy without being gay, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes it could be a little grating, but in the context of a video game, hell
Yeah.
yeah, it's enjoyable.
If you got an understanding that like they shouldn't hit on you and try and make moves, then I think it's okay. But like if you're not comfortable with that, definitely not.
Wait, what? I think I missed something.
Like having a friend that's gay.
Oh.
Yeah. If they're like hitting on you and stuff, that kind of crosses the line, I would say. If you're not gay,
I have a friend who's gay. Yeah.
does he hit on you?
No.
There you go.
I'm-
That's
pretty
my point.
obvious.
I do ask him if he's gay all the time, though. It makes me laugh.
Oh.
Like he'll do something and I'll be like,
You
"What
bigot."
are you gay?" It's
Does he-
amusing only to me. I mean, he laughs,
No, it's-
but
it's
like
funny.
it's
Does he call you gay too?
yeah. I mean, I do some gay shit, so
Well, you got karaoke days with Joe, so
yeah, we did that.
Did.
But
Probably
Yeah.
still do.
Well,
Leave
Joe's
us all
not
of
here
our-
anymore.
all
Can't
of
do
our-
the karaoke.
He's on chat.
Dylan will take your place. All right.
I don't sing.
So, gentlemen, the most
Carry a pitch.
important thing of all time. We all love tier lists. We all love rankings. So, we need to rank the Dragon Quest games.
11's at the top.
Same. Yeah. It wasn't an easy choice, though. But, yeah, 11's number one.
So, yeah, it's between 11 and 8. So...
Shouldn't even be that.
It's 11, 8, 5.
11's improves everything upon 8, except for maybe one or two things I could be really nitpicky about.
Like what?
Jessica.
Well, not only Jessica, like Jessica.
I mean, you got Jade now.
Jade's
better.
good, but
Jade's way better.
Yeah.
when-
Jade's
No.
better.
Dude, she's
no,
way better.
No. All right, Twitter poll: Jade versus
What do you,
Jessica. We'll do
is
the-
it the crop top that you like about Jessica? Because it shows off like 50% of her cleavage? Or like what? What
No,
is it?
I happen to like redheads, and it's the British accent, dude.
Doesn't Jade
it's
have that
definitely-
too?
No,
She-
she does not have a Cockney accent. No,
You said British, though.
Cockney is part of the dialect in Britain.
She has
it's
like
a different region.
She has like an elitist.
It's
British
near. It's more
voice.
Wales and that area with the Cockney. It's something about it. I like it, but more importantly, it's the fucking soundtrack. Like
Soundtrack is better in 8.
day and night compared to the two. And there's
Yeah.
just this cool
But
character.
that's honestly the
development
soundtrack of
in
all
eight.
games is like the weakest section.
Not most RPGs I play. What are you talking about?
No, I mean like in comparative, like you can't like say that because when
But, okay. The story can be just as good. The cast of characters is almost as flawless. There's no Eric bringing down 8s.
yeah.
The design is almost the exact fucking same. It just looks like it's an HD 4K update comparatively between 8 and 11.
There's a
very
bit
similar.
more of a 8HD update between
Right, but
those games.
it comes with the same aesthetics. It's still the same way open world works.
Yeah, but
no,
you also
it's a little more open world.
You're also
Well,
looking at it from an incomplete standpoint. Like you haven't finished it. There's more. There's so much more.
There
And,
does
like,
seem to be a
you're
lot more
still
gameplay
comparing-
for 11 than
You're still
for 8.
comparing the two, and they're close, and you still haven't beaten 11 all the way.
Dolmagus is a better lead-in protagonist to the main boss than the one in 11's. with
Jasper?
I think
Jasper.
Carnelian was a really good villain.
Yeah, but that was also Mortigan. So
Yeah, so
I guess you could say
same person.
Mortigan was his own lead-in villain.
Dolmagus is fantastic. I like the side
also a
stuff.
pawn, though.
Well, not side stuff, but the other realm stuff with the special gate you go through to do the magic harp. That's fantastic. The gold
That's
bird.
cool.
I think the whale is cool, but the gold bird is better as far as a vehicle for you to transfer with.
Yeah.
So
Well, the
it's a
whale
lot
gets an upgrade,
closer
too.
than we think. I will put 11 above 8, but like I said, it's close. It's not like day and night like you guys. Think
8
that there's
is
a
really good,
difference.
but
5 is better than 8 in my eyes, so
it's a
not
5
close.
man, I really do
To
like
me.
5. 5 is
Yeah,
good.
we put
5 is amazing. But 11 is better.
I'll agree with it. Just be it just slightly. They're all so close, really. They are between 11, 8, and 5. It's really fucking close. Those are just the cream of the crop up there.
True.
And you have to be really, really nitpicky between each game and try and knock the other one down just to like prove why yours is a little bit better. They're almost 10 out of 10 games, all three of those. 10 out of 10 games. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's just you have to be nitpicky when it comes to ranking these because something has to go above something. So,
Well, that's
yep,
the flaw
11,
with
8,
tiers.
and 5 for me,
First
and then
place.
the rest of
lists.
the rankings below that.
Yeah, I spoiled this already anyway.
So,
Those tier ranking things on Twitter.
well,
It was so
how
long
do you
ago.
not do that? Yeah, how do you not
It's
rank
fun.
that? Come on, yeah. I ranked the most unnecessary of things.
I ranked NFL teams.
Yes, you did. All right, so yeah, that is our review. Go fucking buy it.
Yeah,
Without
buy
a
Dragon
doubt.
Quest 11 either for $30 on PS4 or
Don't
wait
buy that
until
collector's edition because it is hell of expensive now, and it wasn't worth it when it came out initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even come with like the Play Arts figure of the Luminary or anything.
Yeah,
Like, what the shit?
Did you guys see the Switch though for this upcoming release?
The one in Japan? Yes.
Oh, it's so nice.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get it.
Like what
It's a
the
Switch design with Dragon Quest theme. So it's like blue and it's got swords on it.
Oh, nice, and
It's awesome.
it got the symbol and everything.
Yep.
Oh man,
Luminary symbol.
that's pretty fucking sweet.
Yep. It's $300 though that I don't have, so
Well, I mean that's standard Switch price.
not anymore.
What they
It's
drop?
the upgraded Switch.
Oh.
It's the Switch Lite.
Yeah,
so.
that's what it's coming out with.
Is the Switch Lite actually happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fucking joke.
Oh.
Like, what
It's
the
not.
fuck? Why would they do that? Do they not realize that, like, that cuts away half of their games?
It's a
And on
3DS
top of that,
now.
yeah, and on top of that, fucking with Joy-Con drifting, you know, the thing that they're having a lawsuit for now.
Yeah.
If that's one fucking unit, if your thing gets Joy-Con drifting on your fucking console, then you have to replace the whole fucking console.
Yep.
They did. Well,
Well, one
these
reason
people are the same ones that created the 2DS, so come on.
one of the reasons is that the security they have on there has been breached, so people can homebrew it and stuff. And they don't want that, obviously.
Well, that was going to happen anyway. They can't
It
stop
was.
that from happening.
It was, but they can't fix the older model, so it's too late.
Well, the new
It's a
model,
hardware
the
problem.
new model is fucking worse.
It
If
is
it's-
worse.
I can't understand. Like, why would they make it smaller and then like take away half of their games?
I don't know.
That just doesn't make any sense to
It
me.
doesn't. It's Nintendo, though.
It's like, yeah, you know how you have to play with one Joy-Con in order to play Mario Party? Well, yeah, you can't play Mario Party on this one. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
that
it
makes
doesn't affect me.
makes so much fucking sense, Nintendo.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
at
tack
least
you
they're
in
having the
this.
fortitude to go along with keeping it being a portable thing, because I seem to be the only one that leans on the side of, hey, let me actually play in docked mode. But that's just me.
Nah.
I thought the whole upgraded
Nah.
Switch thing was that they were gonna upgrade the dock so that they could like do like
Well,
more graphically demanding games.
There's also
and
another
shit.
Switch version coming out, too.
Yeah, they're going
But
to
they
do
haven't
Oh my
really-
god!
They haven't really said much about that one.
You know what, Nintendo? Suck my dick. Like
Why?
fucking.
All three of the big companies do this. So
It's true.
Not nearly to the level of Nintendo. Like they literally know that their $70 controllers are having issues, and they're
Yeah.
doing nothing about it. And then they're gonna make an entire
Sony
fucking
sold a
console.
$60 controller after they tried to rip off the company that created DualShock.
Sony also is now selling all of their controllers for $46.
Yeah.
Which is like
After
almost
an
half
8-year
the
cycle.
almost
Yes.
half the price of a fucking Joy-Con set. Or you know what? I bought a fucking Pro
Now-
controller for the Switch. You know how much it was?
60.
70.
No, it was
80?
$80. $80 for a fucking controller, and it has the possibility of Joy-Con drifting. The guy who sold it to me was like, "Hey, you know, you might want to keep the receipt and everything because if like this gets Joy-Con drifting, you're gonna want to replace it." And I was like, this $80 fucking controller gets Joy-Con drifting? Like it's a
$60
fucking
controller.
problem that they know about, and they're selling it for $80. $80. That's a third of the fucking console.
And it
like
was
what
80,
the
it
fuck?
would be $80 with inflation for a PS3 controller without DualShock with shit battery life.
You
Same
can't even
thing.
talk about inflation. No, that's fucking stupid. No,
Why?
it's
'Cause
fucking.
it's the same price.
No, it's not. $60
It's
is not the
adjusted.
same as fucking
2005?
80.
It's adjusted for inflation. That's why it's
13
80.
years later, it's about the same price now.
But you can still buy like fucking Xbox controllers and PlayStation controllers for like half of it.
Now,
Like,
after time goes by,
Not the
same
Xbox
thing's gonna
One
happen.
Pro.
You know how long the
It's like
PlayStation
120.
4 has been out? Like fucking like 5 years.
Yeah,
all right,
they're
and they're
finally
selling
selling
and they're
them
selling
down
their
for
controllers for like they have this whole year for like $46. Fucking
Yes.
Nintendo is coming out with fucking controllers, and they're like, you know what? This thing can be
For a year and
defective
a half
within a
old
month,
console.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna sell it to you for $80. And then
is
they
doing
have
the
the
same thing?
audacity to make an entire fucking console where you can't even remove the Joy-Cons to replace them if they fuck up. You're going to have to replace the entire fucking console. And that's why they're doing it. They're making it so that if it fucks up, you have to spend another $300 on a fucking other console. It's horseshit.
Sounds like the 360.
Yep.
It's absolute garbage, and it's totally
Yeah.
a
All companies
360.
do it.
That's why I didn't buy a 360.
At least the fucking old Switch has the fucking ability to remove Joy-Cons.
Yeah. That's true.
I think all three
I can't believe
companies are
there's like a
guilty of
lawsuit
this.
about it now because Nintendo has absolutely refused to do anything
yeah,
about it.
there should be. That warrants one, I think.
That's ridiculous. And the fact that they like made their Pro controllers have that problem.
Yeah.
I can vaguely understand the Joy-Cons because they're tiny little pieces of shit. But like the fucking Pro controller, the thing that they're trying to sell pro gamers on to
Yeah.
buy a fucking actual controller for this fucking joke system, it's just sad.
I don't use them.
And the fact that fucking Joy-Cons are fucking $80 to buy too
I never use them.
for a set of
disconnected.
two of them.
They're always plugged in.
I know they can be a controller by themselves, but they're awful. It fucking feels like shit holding
I-
these things
I
like
couldn't-
sideways.
I
I
wouldn't.
couldn't play Mario Kart 8.
Mario
with an
Party
FU.
is the only one
Yeah.
that's
Horrible.
vaguely acceptable, and it's because like you don't have to really do anything with it other than like press a button and then shake it upwards every now and then.
For the Wii.
For the fucking
For the Joy-Cons?
Mario Party on the Joy-Cons, yeah. You play with one Joy-Con.
I'm so sick of motion controls anyway. I really don't care.
Dude, the motion controls are literally the worst part of Breath of the Wild. Anyone can fight me on that. I hate the weapons. I really don't like the way they have that set up, but the motion controls are the absolute worst. So bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
The fucking aiming with the bow, dude, it becomes such a fucking tedious chore when you're fucking like trying to aim at something, you know, with the stick, and then you move your fucking controller a little bit, and then it's like, oh,
man.
what? Overcorrection because motion controls on aiming with the bow. Which is fucking horse shit, and then you have like a third of the fucking
Link's archery range all over again.
Yeah, and you have to fucking use the motion controls on like a bunch of the fucking little temple things.
Yeah, those are bad.
And a lot of those are fucking horse shit. You gotta like weave your fucking controller around to like move the ball through the maze.
Oh, I hate those ones.
I fucking cheated that one so hard, and I was so happy for it. I was like, yes. Fuck you, Nintendo. This is how you really do it. I fucking like dropped the ball, right? Got it on, rolled it onto the like fucking side of the cage thing.
Yeah.
Quickly turned it the other way, caught it in where I was supposed to get it, then fucking like rolled it to where it needed to be. And I was like,
Nice.
yeah, fuck you. I subverted like 15 minutes of trying this shit.
That's funny. Yeah, I agree with you for the most part, though.
God.
Man, how do we get on that tangent?
I don't know.
Oh no!
But there
with
you
the
go.
inflation
There's
from
mini review of
$60
Breath of the Wild right
to
there. It's okay.
2005 to 78, 69, and 2019.
See, I was right. They adjusted it for inflation.
It's fucking horrible.
Adjusted.
Injustice.
They didn't do that. Adjusted.
All right.
They
well,
unjustly adjusted.
we have the main series done.
That's fair too. Unjustly.
Aside from 10, but you know that ain't gonna happen. So
Well,
kinda-
unless they
I would-
remake it.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like them to put it on Switch over here. They have it on Switch and PS4 over in Japan, but
Yep.
not over here. Like, I don't think it would be that much trouble to hire some company to fucking do like subtitles
Translations, yeah.
or something.
maybe this will be a good push if there's enough people now getting into Dragon Quest.
Smash
Well,
Bros.
I mean,
it will
I'm
be
sure
enough
it just
for the
means that
cost
there's
of the
gonna be
servers.
Smash Bros.
more mainline Dragon Quest games coming here,
You
but
can thank Smash Bros. Look
Yeah.
at Fire Emblem.
it did happen to Fire Emblem. They revived that series as soon as they kept putting fucking Fire Emblem characters in there.
Yep.
It was
Yeah, when
dead
it
for a
on, like,
while.
GameCube, you're like
No, it
On
came
the
out
GameCube
because
era.
of Smash Bros. There was enough interest to bring it over here, localize it.
right, yeah, during the GameCube. era,
During
right?
GameCube, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Fire Emblem Awakening, I think, is the one that I played. That one's fucking great
For
It's a good
DS.
game.
That's
Yeah.
a remake of the first one. Oh, Awakening. Oh,
It's
what
the
am I
one with
thinking of?
Lucina and Crom and Robin.
Yeah, the 3DS one.
Yeah.
That one's amazing.
Yeah, that one's a really good game. And that game really really makes me want to play the one on Switch.
Is it similar?
Yeah, I think that it has similar mechanics.
It's a good game.
Although I don't necessarily like the way that they went with the art style.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It looks weird. I don't necessarily like the actual models of the characters just standing there on the field.
It looks like they're mobile.
I like the sprites
Me
doing
too.
that. It looks much better than
Yeah.
like you can have that when they're like doing the little battle scene,
Yeah, that's fine.
but you don't need that when you're in the fucking little map.
No. I don't know what they're trying to do.
So, main series is done.
Looks awkward.
Craig, you were contemplating whether or not you wanted to do all the side games still. How do you feel about that?
Well, we need to do Rocket Slime
Definitely.
and
that is next.
Builders 2 at the
Yeah,
very
Hero.
least, and
Hero.
I'd like to do the Heroes games. I can
guess we'll see
contemplate
when
the
we-
fucking Monsters series later.
When we get
Well,
to
I got one right here.
Yeah,
the
you
first
do.
one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I have the 3DS versions with English patches on it, so I'm going full-fledged remake
Pirated
on
it.
that.
How could you?
Whatever, man.
I
It's
don't
not
care.
coming
The
here to the
3DS
States.
I
have
don't care.
fucking
fine.
what's it called? Region locks.
Yeah.
It does.
Well,
Fuck.
You can
I can
get
can
it
handle that for you,
unlocked.
buddy.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody's listening that would actually
You know what,
care.
Nintendo?
Well, no, I was like, there was like
bring them
some.
over here and I'll buy them.
There's some sweet looking
exactly.
Robot Wars games that I was thinking about
Yeah.
getting, but they're only in Japan. And I
Yeah, of
was like,
course they are.
yeah, you know, all these fucking sweet ass games are only in Japan.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles almost didn't come over because of that.
Good job, Operation Rainfall.
Yeah, they got all three of those games.
Why isn't there just like a company that just like starts doing subtitles and everything for all these games, just porting
That
them
would
over?
be very profitable, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they need permission from the people who own the IPs in the first place to be able to go ahead and do that. So that's a lot of negotiation and talks, and then cuts of
Well, it can't
how
be.
much money is going to.
I don't know. I don't think it should be that much of a pain in the ass. I mean, they're trying to sell. I've like on Amazon. I'm seeing these games go for like fucking $70 each
Yeah.
for a fucking DS game. There's like a Yakuza game that only came out in Japan that I really fucking want to play, and it's one where they're all like samurai in like the like Edo period or whatever, and I was like, what? That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I love those Yakuza games. For like, and I have an obsession now, and I need it, and I can't only like, I can't just sit here and look at that game that I'm never gonna have, and it's like $60,
Well, I'll hook you up.
and you know PS4s aren't region locked, and I think that one does have subtitles, so I've been like
Oh,
staring
damn.
at it. I've been like,
Yeah, good.
Do it if you can.
So definitely.
and I
we'll
guess
do-
Cam's giving me a $50 gift card for my birthday. So you know what? Maybe I'm
Jeez.
buying a Japanese fucking copy of that one Yakuza game because I need it for my collection.
That
and
Dragon
I need
Quest.
Sega to fucking bring over fucking Yakuza 3 on PS4, and same with 4 and
okay.
5.
Yeah, what's
I
with
mean,
that?
I have 4 and 5 on PS3, but I can't play them without having
Man,
played
Sega's
3
got
because they
shit
take
that's
place
killing-
in a singular timeline.
Sega's been killing it lately, man. Actually, they're doing
Not
a
as
lot of
much as
work.
Capcom.
Capcom is the greatest redemption story of all fucking time
That-
right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
they are.
Oh, man.
They're doing fantastic. Although that freaking Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a bit of a disappointment.
I've heard.
The
So,
character designs
We will do
are
Rocket
just
Slime next with our awesome Patreon donor, Jacob
Marvel
Bay.
vs. Capcom 3 is much better.
Oh, speaking
And
of
we
the
have also-
Patreon, if you'd like to donate, please do.
I think we should lower it down to like $5 so that it's...
Yeah, we can change up the tiers.
Yeah, Jacob,
Any
you don't
feedback-
have to keep donating to us, man.
Any
Like,
feedback is
you're-
fine too.
You're awesome.
Any
So
feedback
we're just-
other than
just to
have us
pay for
do
the-
episodes more often?
Maybe a
to-
Discord.
just to be able to pay for our Libsyn fees is all I ask. Just
Being able to
$5
cover the
that it
game
covers.
costs would be good too, but
No,
like
shut up. I'll buy
like
his
whatever
brothers
you want to
too.
give is
Okay,
fine.
yeah,
We don't
yeah,
do this
yeah.
show for money.
So, and also we have A4 Extreme who gave us what, Craig?
Oh yes, the plug and play Dragon Quest game.
Oh, really?
It was like the prelude thing to Dragon Quest Swords, I guess. It follows the story of Dragon Quest 1.
All right.
I'm playing through that right now, and then I'll let you guys borrow that as soon as I'm done.
How is it?
It's tough. It's tough.
Well, we'll have to give that a try then.
Yeah, so I'll be both working on like that as soon as Craig gets done. I'll
Yeah.
borrow it next, and Rocket Slime.
And monsters should now be a priority since I just got that as a gift.
Craig,
Did you get it
you
too?
like your Pokemon
No,
stuff?
I don't have it.
You can borrow
Played
it. You can borrow it. It's okay.
I think I'll play it on the Retron 5.
Oh, he sent that too?
Yeah, Ingress
Jeez.
Black Dude. It did.
He spoils you guys.
I know.
And me too now.
Yeah.
We'll have to send him something.
He sent me a Japanese Pokemon game, and I'm not sure which one it is, and I need to play it, see what it is.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm shocked you just haven't plugged that in yet and immediately
Yeah.
figured out what it is.
It's I don't know what
Game Boy or something. Just to
it has like a. It says it can link up to like that printer that the Game Boy thing
really?
used to have. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
then it had like a mic thing, and it has like
Oh.
Pikachu on the front. I think
Sounds familiar.
yeah, it sounds familiar to me too. I think it's one of those
Pikachu.
games where you could like talk to Pikachu. Hey, you Pikachu is on 64.
Yeah, I've got that.
I think it's something similar though, but I'm not sure what it is.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yes.
So
It might be some
yeah.
random version of yellow, but the cartridge isn't
Okay.
yellow, so I'm confused by that.
I don't get it. I don't know. So next is Dragon
Rocket
Quest.
Slime.
Rocket Slime?
We should be able to get that.
I need
pump
to.
that out
I
real
need to buy
fucking
that
quick.
game.
I don't know how expensive it is.
I got a copy.
I think last time I
17 bucks.
saw it
I'll
on
loan
Amazon,
it
it
to
was
you.
like
For a new
35.
copy.
Because they announced it in Smash Bros. All the prices have been skyrocketing. So 6
For
now
retailers,
loose
yes,
is like
eBay, not so
120. No, for eBay.
Oh, are you referring to new copies as opposed to used?
You know what? Dragon Quest
6 is ridiculous right now.
Dragon Quest Heroes 2. If you don't have it yet, it's like $13 on Amazon
That's not bad.
for a new copy.
I hate Amazon though. Unless they want to sponsor us, then I love them.
Buy stuff through our link.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, I think we do have one.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah, I think Jake set one up forever ago.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know. It's
Oh,
fun.
but you have to do a specific amount for the affiliation link.
Oh.
So it expired. You have to like generate a certain amount of sales by then.
yeah.
Oh.
Like, so, yeah, it has been a little bit, but it's about the same price when I
I don't
bought
go
it.
by that.
That goes by a lot of
You
factors.
got to go
but,
by completed auctions.
Well, no, that's the other.
That's what people are willing to pay.
Yeah, that's on here too.
Yeah, it's always off by a little bit. In my experience, I don't know.
It's all good. All right, until next time.
Yeah, this is
super and keep
150
it
on
questy.
eBay right now.
It is. Quest on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good enough.